as we can always talk cons because like two of us are the cons, and I'm spacing on everything because I'm processing everything at a very small rate right now. Uh, 1 second. Tess, you had a bachelorette
Recording in
party,
progress.
right? Right? Is my memory not fading? Is my memory failing
I
me?
did. It was for my sister, so it was different than a normal one, but it was fun.
We could, if you want, we could talk about it there. If not, that's fine.
Eh,
Um,
we really didn't do anything. That sounds like a cop out. It's just that everyone just kind of quietly sat. We watched a movie. We had a spa day. They took turns using the very fancy little bath, and we had little taper candles. They loved it.
nice,
I don't like baths, so I did not do that.
and that's fair. I don't like baths, but that's because I'm always too big for the bath.
Also
I'm
fair.
I'm not tall by any stretch of the imagination. I'm only like 5'7", but I like if I bathe, like take an actual bath, I'm either my torso has to stand up, or if I dump my torso, my legs like my knees are up in the air. So there's no winning for me.
That was actually a joke on Grey's Anatomy, which is such a deep cut that I can't believe I'm saying it out loud, but I couldn't stop myself in time. Basically, they're building a house, and she was like, "I only have one feeling about the bathroom is that the bath has to be able to cover my boobs and my knees." And that's one line that was said in a TV show that's gone on for 21 years. I have a problem.
Yeah, it's all good. I still think about some like a few shows from like the 2000s I haven't seen in a long time, but I can still sometimes quote verbatim, and I don't know why. My memory is
Been in a
weird.
big rewatch mood lately.
Are you rewatching Grays, or is this just like what
No,
are you
I am
watching?
not. I started my rewatch of Bones, which shows that I'm either going into or out of a good mental state. This time was into, which is good.
Oh, that's good.
But then that got put on hold. Right now I'm rewatching 30 Rock.
Good show. I mean, the
Yeah.
first couple seasons don't age well, but after a while, like after a point, it does get pretty good.
It does not age well. I actually just got to the point where they took one of the episodes off the air, and we know why, because there's only one reason they do that.
What episode was it? Hold up. Like I watched the entire series at one point, so I'm now
I
curious.
believe it was 410. I didn't look it up, but I'm assuming it's the one where Jenna and Tracy decided to both um do their makeup to look like one another to prove a point. Because
Oh,
again, that's one of the only reasons that a show gets taken off streaming services, because that
right.
ages particularly badly.
Right. Can I tell you my one of my favorite episodes is one of the most absurd because it just comes kind of nowhere. It was the one with the leap day. Would
I
they
just watched that 2 hours ago. I just watched that. Yeah, no, Leap Day was wild. I just finished Leap Day. I think before we started the stream, I was just watching the St. Patrick's Day one.
nice. I
Yeah,
I like to watch that one, and when I'm feeling really in the mood, I'll sometimes rewatch like Parks and Rec because it still kind of holds up in some
fair.
aspects.
Also fair.
Um, Especially once
Holds
you
up
get
better than most things do. It's more recent.
yeah. Also, like if you get past the first season, it helps a lot. You just kind of have to
Oh,
move
the
through the
first
first.
season was so
So, yeah,
bad.
it's so
They didn't
bad.
know what they were doing yet.
No, they were still trying to find the footing for the characters, and
Yeah,
you could very much tell when watching it. I was like, all right, come on.
yeah. No, season two is where it gets good.
uh, uh, you tagged them, excuse me, in the show talk, so I figured that suffice. All right, I tweeted myself. I should uh retweet. Mm. Time to pull up Twitter for the first time in 3 weeks.
Nice. A beautiful vacation.
Uh, it's mostly just because I hate Elon.
Why? What's he done? Oh, I know. I know. It's so hard to watch. Yeah.
But I can't deny it's still not a decent place to advertise. So I'll get back on and I'll just advertise whatever it is I'm working on. I have 19
I've,
notifications. Holy crap.
oh my goodness.
Oh,
All
that's
right.
why. Most of this is like, please, it's those, I really hate this. Uh, we see you haven't posted in a while, so we're gonna tell you that somebody else on here has posted, so you'll respond to it.
Yeah, it's like we don't need to do all that.
Yeah, I'd rather you
Oh,
didn't do that.
yeah. I did have to refill my Brita, so I'm gonna go stick her in the fridge.
Yeah.
Give me a sec. So one of my favorite plant stores, flower stores in the world closed while I was in California, which is heartbreaking. But after this, I was headed out to the Super Bowl and I was running late to the bus and somebody left this beautiful monstera out in the hallway and said, free for a good home. And I was like, I'm gonna miss the bus if I take it. If you love something, let it go. If it comes back, blah blah blah. So I left it and I got back like 4 hours later and I got her. She's beautiful. She's so pretty.
Very nice.
Yeah, she and her brother have made friends, but they're not sitting too close because you have to isolate your plants when you get them in case they got something growing in there.
Hmm,
But it looks like no problem here. So
nice. I
I
also
need to
didn't.
water her. She's so thirsty. But
I honestly didn't know that. I also don't have a green thumb. I have a bonsai tree that's dying right now. Uh,
oh
I'm trying, and I guess maybe I might be overwatering it because like thing I said is you don't need to water it every day. I was like, oh, okay,
yeah.
well,
Oh no, not at all. A bonsai, I think you only have to water when the soil gets like truly dry.
yeah. I wish I had a metric for that, to be honest, just something to so I'm not sticking my hand in dirt.
If
Um,
you don't want to stick your hand in dirt, they actually do sell little things that like little terracotta things that'll show you how wet the dirt is.
oh, yeah, that'd be a
Which
good
sucks
idea.
to have to buy something, but they do have basically like moisture thermometers,
No,
which is nice.
that's a good idea because like a friend of mine got it for me as a housewarming gift, and I do not have a green thumb. I've even tried to give it
That's
to
fair.
like my mom. She had to learn to be good with plants. She's not like good with plants normally, but I was like, hey,
Hmm.
why don't you take this? Because obviously I can't take care of it. And she's like,
Fair.
no. I was like, come on, like this thing is dying because I don't know what I'm doing.
The fun part is even if you kill it, if you keep watering it, it'll come back. Um, Root systems are wild. No, I am very bad at estimating, but I'm very lucky in that I can muscle memory how much something weighs when it's full of water and how much it weighs when it needs to be watered. And
Mhm.
so I just go around my apartment and like a madman, just picking up plants and putting them down until I find one that I'm like, oh, that's the right weight.
There you go.
And there you go.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
good news. For my birthday, my parents got me a tuner, so I have a tuned guitar now.
Hell yeah.
I'm a little tone deaf, so that's why it's good news. We haven't
Yes.
asked. We haven't
Hello.
asked. As
What's up?
Live, laugh, loving.
laugh, laugh, live, love, and laugh. Hi.
All right, we are live. This is it.
Hi, hello there. Hi, how's
This is
everyone?
it.
Hello.
I'm resizing my
Hello.
windows.
Yeah.
I hope everyone's had a good a good few weeks. Got some busyness amongst us. My birthday was on the 11th of this month, and then I had to
Oh, yeah,
con
it
a few days
was.
later.
Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Happy birthday.
I got a guitar tuner, a guitar stand, some new running shoes, and I think Tesh will enjoy this. It's a cast iron skillet, but it's like rectangle with a lip on it. It's one
Yes,
like
I know exactly the one you're talking about. Yep.
yeah, so you can make an omelet, but you can like fold it using the lip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been using it every day since I got it. It's been great.
Oh, you're gonna make so many square foods.
Yeah. Now to go get some pancake batter. We're gonna make some odd looking pancakes.
Hell yeah. You can make an odd looking Dutch oven with that. I mean, Dutch baby with that as well.
True.
Dutch oven's a different thing.
Yeah, it is different.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dutch baby, which you don't make in a Dutch oven.
I
You have
also
to make it at a Dutch angle.
let's see. As give me one second. I got a photo op at the Comic-Con. I'm gonna put it on screen 1 second.
I just want to let everyone know that I have to step away in about 12 minutes because I have a pizza in the oven. So I'm going to go get that real quick when it goes off.
Honestly, fair.
That's why I
don't
wasn't
have a
here
headset
on time.
so just yeah.
Sweet.
Dean, your background blurred it, like the entire picture.
It unblurred one of you at a
What's that?
time.
What's that as?
I said that your background blurred almost the entire picture.
Yeah, I saw. I meant I got a photo up of Jason Mewes from Jay and Silent Bob, and yeah, some of the stuff from that era hasn't aged well, but like the actual actors are pretty nice, so I was down for it. Um, but yeah, I got a photo up with him. I was actually trying to get a gift for a friend because they had Christina Vici there, who is the voice of a lot of characters you've seen in a lot of stuff, but specifically my friend's a fan of Sailor Moon, and she was the voice of Sailor Mars. I was trying to get a photo op for that, but she didn't want that. Um, yeah. And then I worked. Actually, that's not true. I've been working this last week. Anyone else do anything in the last few weeks?
I went to
Well,
Los Angeles
um,
for Gallifrey 1, my first fan convention.
Hell
It's all
yeah.
sorts of Doctor Who people. I played 4 different versions of, what do you say? I've played 4 campaigns in the Doctor Who role-playing game, which just wouldn't happen anywhere else, so that was fun.
I am a little disappointed it's not called WhoCon.
There
But
probably is one somewhere.
Well, yes.
Now that I've been to one, I'll probably end up going to more of them.
What was the best costume you saw?
Okay, it's probably the head pirate and his little bird from Pirate Planet. There's like this
Sweet.
futuristic parrot that shoots beams, but it was like full person sized. So it wasn't like screen accurate, but it was pretty rad.
okay.
Sweet.
I've not seen this, but I'm getting like Weird Owl from Clash of the Titans vibe in my head about that.
Sure, yeah, more angular though.
Okay.
I'm looking it up now.
I ruined my dad's Valentine's Day by making him pick me up from somewhere while he was on a date, and ruined the day after when they were supposed to have their real date by making him drive me and my sister up a mountain.
Oh,
Hate
fun.
Yep. And his girlfriend still doesn't hate me, so we're good.
Hey, that's good news.
Yeah, right.
Uh,
Good woman.
for Valentine's Day, I did homework.
Fun.
I'm dropping the link to the Pirate Planet in the chat for our crew. You scroll down a bit, you'll see this funny kind of bronze colored thing.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see it now.
And the captain is the guy with the bizarre helmet with the green eye shade thing.
Okay.
Sweet.
This is very
So, yeah.
60s.
Yeah, it was from 78, maybe 79.
Oh, I was way off then. Pirate Planet, interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, I got a ton of comic books. I don't really read a lot of comic books, but I was like, well, there's so many here. I should probably fill up.
Statistically, I
So
have
I
to
did.
take some.
Oh, no, I hear ya. I actually bought a replica sword at the Comic-Con because it was like I kind of want to own a replica sword. It's the Master Sword from The Legend of Zelda.
Hell yeah.
Pretty
I
cool.
always love a good sword booth.
Yeah, I wanted to get some more, but they were expensive. I like the one I wanted was like $120, and it's just meant to be a replica. It's not like a real sword. So I was like, I can't afford to justify that. That's a lot of money.
If it were a real sword, you could put it in your go bag in case of apocalypse, but
Right.
It's a big bag.
you could put it on the side, zip tie it on or something. I don't know. My sister
Yeah.
has a machete in hers.
That's wild. No, wait, no, it's not. That actually makes a lot of sense.
Can't
In
can't run
this
out of bullets on a
economy,
machete.
gotta have a machete.
Honestly, I don't know how I don't have one. I think it's just because I have a bunch of pepper spray and other stuff. But you know what? In case of apocalypse, you can't charge your taser, so I do need to. I just have small knives. I love a small knife.
Mhm.
I'm not good at close combat though.
you don't need to be. Just got to be better at it than the person you're facing.
Oh, you're right. I should work on throwing. Yeah.
What was like I think so the guy saw is you don't need to be you don't need to be an expert knife handler. You just need to be better than the person you're trying to hit with it. So
Fair.
This
Gotta
is
keep in
true.
mind.
it's like that
Oh
adage is I
man,
don't
do
need
I have double
pretty.
audio going through?
uh
Shit.
on my side you're good.
Yeah, sounds right to me.
I just turned that off. I wonder if any listener was listening. Okay, everybody talk. Blah, blah, blah.
Blah
Everybody
blah
talks.
blah
Everybody
blah blah
talks.
blah.
I refuse. I
Started
refuse to
with a
talk.
whisper.
I will be silenced.
1, 2, 3, 4. That's me.
Beep, beep, bop, bow.
I will be silenced.
I'm
All
gonna
right,
say
sound
more
is
words
good.
just in case. Okay.
Sound is good.
Better
Whenever
safe
we're
than
ready.
unsafe.
All right. Let me 1 second. I have a tendency to slur, so I'm trying to make sure I'm trying to be better about not doing that.
Red leather, yellow leather.
Yeah, I should have done that before we I didn't think about that till literally just now. I did every other vocal warm up but that one. Um welcome to Omniverse Escapades. We are the host for the show. I am the dungeon master for this adventure, and we are playing Dungeons and Dragons. I can already hear the slurring. We are ready to have a fun time. Our X's meaning that we do not bring to the campaign our children in peril, depiction of gore, slavery, sexual assault, and our veils, which means we just allude to our body horror and feces. Excuse me, I'm trying not to burp into the mic. See, this is why I don't drink kombucha.
I did a little bit in the chat. This is just for us.
Just for us.
I had renamed my avatar.
Oh, in the Zoom chat.
Yeah.
Rubber baby bumpy bugger. Yep.
Nailed it.
I see it.
That's
a
my
good one.
tongue twister of choice to get the lips moving.
I like bumpy bugger instead of buggy bumper.
Yeah.
He's a bumpy bugger.
that bumpy bugger.
Good with knives though.
I didn't have any notes on the notes app from last time. I believe it was January 28th.
We finished part 1. That's the
Yes.
note that I took. The one note.
That's
Nice.
correct. That's correct. We have finished the first part of the series. This is going to be acts of like 3 or 4 overall. So
Cool.
And now Az is left. Az,
I'm fixing my hair off camera. Don't
Az,
mind
go
me.
back.
Yeah, they've still got another 2 or 3 minutes before they gotta grab the pizza.
Did you also set a timer, or are you just guessing?
No, I'm just really weirdly good with time. Is that correct?
Wow, yeah. No, yeah, that's like almost exactly 3 minutes.
Okay, so my memory, I did try to watch the last episode. Unfortunately, I've been busy. So I will recap to the best of my ability. Since we don't have notes this week, anyone who wants to chime in anything, please feel free to do so. So after recalling the memories you each individually had, and well, I mean by individually, I mean Irish wristwatch. Sorry, I just noticed as his name. Irish wristwatch.
Yeah, it's a rough one.
Irish
That's why they did it.
Irish wristwatch.
Jeez.
Jesus.
After Az and Jeff had recalled some memories, they went out, talked to Uncle Redclaw, and described to them what they had. Well, I mean, describe what Susie Ann went through. Then they met up with BFT, Big Face Tom. Sorry, in recalls, I need to actually say the names and not just the letters. Big Face Tom, Calstein, and Pound Cake Jerry. Actually, I think previous week you called him like
Jerk and Jerry stew.
Jerk Stew. And basically said that we're going to go to war against the church because the church is made a hole into this cavern leading to the Well of Memories. And you all went there. You did some missions, or not? You did an ambush, fought off the paladins that were running it, and then and Gary met somebody from his youth. I got the name written down here. 1 second. Derelith.
Yeah.
Derelith was one of his superiors whenever Gary was a criminal back in Granite Town, his hometown. Well, I don't know. Is Granite Town your hometown or just like the place you lived for a while?
I think hometown
Okay.
is what we decided.
And yeah, he asked him how Derelith at his defeat asked him how it was, how Granite Town was doing. Is like Gary said you would know. And then Susie Ann tried to give Derelith an out. But Derelith's response was like, the day your village was attacked was the worst day of your life. For me, it was a Wednesday.
That's right.
My pizza.
Pizza, go ahead. So she just killed him. They did come across. I'll wait for Az for a second.
I
How
got
about-
Muzak going up here.
Muzak.
Yeah. How about what?
Trying not to burp into the mic.
I was just
You got
listening to a show about the Street Fighter movie, and M. Bison says something like that. He's like, "For me, it was Tuesday."
That's exactly what I got from. It is the most such a great villain insult. Like it's like, oh, to you that was the worst day of your life. For me, it's just another day. Like it's such a good villain insult, to be honest.
God, what was the TV show that had something like that? I actually think it was it was one of the HBO ones. It was good. It's like an Office one, but that had a line similar.
I enjoy a good villain. Like I like complex villains, but sometimes just like a good old fashioned, just evil for the sake of evil villain is really enjoyable. Because like
Well,
most of that
absolutely
movie,
fair.
yeah, like most of that movie was trash, but like that guy did such a great job at Bison. You really, you knew to hate him. Like there was no question about that.
It's fair. Yeah, I was just re-listening to a book, and the villain in there is ridiculous, but so good. just villainous for the fun of it.
Well, to pad out some time, I recently had to write a paper, and my subject was cyberpunk, and I don't think I went with it the way my teacher wanted to. So we'll see how I get graded. But because she's like, how does it involve with the metaverse? Like, cyberpunk is a commentary about people's fears and anxieties about the future and how mega corporations are going to ruin it. This has nothing to do with the metaverse.
I was really lucky in college because, professors, if they like don't know what you're talking about, they're like, cool, I learned something today.
Right.
And I did my degree in a bunch of government stuff, but I really am passionate about like fashion history and the industry. And so you can always equate what was happening in history to what was happening in fashion and
Hmm.
like vice versa. It's kind of like how now people are getting into tin fish and it's an indicator of a recession. It has been for a couple of years. But anyway, that was my go-to.
That's interesting because I saw something that was trying to correlate. Uh, Please correct me if I'm wrong because I'm not in any way educated in this enough to say it. But they were saying the reason why modern women's fashion does not include deep enough pockets was because some women was using their previous pockets as a way of holding guns during the suffrage movement. Um, I don't know how
Yeah,
true that is.
it's that is a part of it. A larger part of it is just consumerism,
Hmm.
where ladies don't need to buy a purse if they can fit everything in their pockets. But it can be two things.
That last one
'Cause
says,
I love a big pocket.
"Dang, look at that pizza."
Nom,
As you
nom,
can't
nom,
hear me,
nom.
but that looks good.
I can hear you a little bit through my headphones.
Okay, that look good. That look good.
Yeah, it's a Red Baron.
Nice. Uh, but yeah, I had to write a whole paper on cyberpunk, and it was just like this has nothing really to do with the metaverse because that's the theme I had to like kind of focus around. So I kind of like
Mhm.
jam it in there. I was like, this doesn't work. This is commentary, is what this that's what this genre is commentary. And you're asking for me to make something about commentary about the metaverse, which is nothing involved. But all right, get back to the recap real quick. At
From your
the
hometown, yeah.
huh?
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Ooh,
Susie
So
shot Derelith.
uh,
Last thing you said.
well, you slit his throat. Uh, a squire came out, obviously scared. You all spared him, and then you blew up the entrance to the mine without looking at it because cool guys don't look at explosions. Um, that's just how that works.
Of course.
The other part was some people said they were willing to help you in your overall issues with the church. But that they in the meantime they might have some stuff they need to do. Like Oka Redclaw says he'll stick around Yellowbird, which is the starter town. But he might have his own missions to do, and so did Poundcake Jerry. Uh, Calstein said he would probably be down, but he's got to go figure out what he's gonna do, whatever because he's giving a banditry. So he's like, I need to figure out what I'm gonna do. Um, so like the implication in the episode is that after this, those three are gonna go their own way. Although Breadclaw will still be in Yellowbird on occasion, so like the easiest person to get a hold of for help. All right, and so we just kind of left off after the explosion. Uh, you can go ahead and go back to Dead Tree to handle your goodbyes and everything like that. Um, BFT, Big Face Tom is gonna be crying is gonna be hugging Suzanne and crying. Like, I'm gonna miss you so much.
Yeah, it's been real there, my man.
Don't forget me. I'm gonna laugh in like 4 episodes if I introduce the character like that's Big Face Tom and who?
who?
Yeah, you stay on the straight and narrow now. You help old ladies across the street and all that.
Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna miss you.
Mm-hmm. Most of them do.
Susie and the Heartbreaker. Um, is there anything you all want to do before you head back to Yellowbird? Okay.
No.
I don't think so.
All right. It's
I
gonna
think we
take
kind
you.
of already went through everyone's stuff, so yeah.
It is gonna take you a few days to get back to just the train station. Because Dead Tree is in the middle of nowhere. It's not anywhere near a train set. I can't speak. Near a train. Um, let's see. You will on your way bypass the Counting Crow, the bar. That's where you met the Aarakocra.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And we talked about accidentally in love.
Yeah. But I mean, he did describe to you in vivid details that I do not go into about his history and past. So, falling accidentally in love is one of those.
Usually is.
Yeah.
Um, you will eventually make it back to the train, and then head back to Yellowbird. Quick reminder, because it has been a while since we've set up for this, but this was not a Wayward Vagabond mission. This was a mission that you all were undertaking individually. Outside of that, you're just also Wayward Vagabonds. Also, I think he deputized Poundcake Jerry as a Wayward Vagabond.
We did.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have done that. Doesn't
I
sound
No,
like
we told
me.
him to come talk to Dolly, right?
someone like handed him a badge. Well, not a badge, it's a
Really?
patch. Someone handed him a patch.
You know, I'm saying that I wouldn't have done that, and yet that
It
sounds
sounds like you.
so familiar that like I think I might have done it. I
Sometimes
have
you're in
to-
the moment, things happen.
I have to think upon this now. Why have I done this?
I think you're just trying to get him on your side for that mission.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I probably said something along the lines of "I'll take it back later."
I would be.
think
I don't.
probably.
I don't recall that, but I wouldn't be surprised that as soon as you get back, you're just like yoink.
Mhm.
But yeah, you'll after.
He's starting to get signed in, and we're behind him, like making the
Yes,
cut motion to
No,
Dolly.
no. So it's gonna take you about 2 weeks to get back to Yellowbird. All things can all in all. When you arrive though, as you're coming from the train, you're going to see a smokestack coming from the center of town.
A smokestack. That
Is it like-
implies
There's a fire, or like somebody's barbecuing.
Like there's a fire.
Okay,
Ooh, let's go.
I
check
guess
that
we
one
should
out.
probably run, huh?
yeah,
Yeah.
we should figure out
But
what
still-
that's all
Still
about.
might be a barbecue.
As you arrive, I mean, it could be a barbecue. You don't know. I mean, yeah. Actually, I'm about to tell you. As the train pulls into the station, you don't have to guess too terribly hard what may have happened, as you will see that there's a newly erected gallows and there are individuals that are hanging from it currently.
I love that.
Not currently, like, how to put this, they've been there a bit is the best way to put it.
They're not actively being hanged.
Yeah, they're not
Okay.
actively being hanged.
Passive
And-
hanging, yeah.
And the burning is
As you walk towards the burning, you will see what looks like a pyre, and there is unfortunately a charred remains stripped to the tied to the pyre.
Is there
Are we
a crowd
best-
or
There's
Um,
that fun fact. There is not a crowd. The streets are kind of empty at the moment.
I say
Oh,
we
so
best
I'm
be
gonna
on our
listen to
best
Susie.
behavior.
hey, what the fuck?
this
Give me a
isn't
quick
looking great?
perception check, everyone. The DC is not high, so just give me
It's a 18 for old Gary.
That's a 12 roll then.
23.
everyone passed.
Very perceptive.
What you will see is what looks like newly erected within the last few days, as though hastily like fastened, nailed, bolted, whatever, to different parts of the town is a tappers depicting the Church of Lumira, which is like a sun, is what it is. As though it were put up recently, is what your DCs are telling, what your die roll are telling you. Yeah, that's what you come across when you come back to Yellowbird, and the road streets are kind of are abandoned at the moment. Not even like street vendors.
Fair, yeah. Do we recognize anyone up on the gallows?
I'm going to
Horrifying,
say,
but we got to consider.
I will say, as far as named NPCs go, no. But as individuals, if you want to say like, oh, I know him. He was Gerald. You can say that's fine, but no named
Okay.
NPCs.
I think
No,
we should
yeah, no
stick to
named
the
NPCs, no
alleyways
strangers.
until we get somewhere we can be safe.
I feel like we
Yeah.
should try to find Dolly.
Yeah, let's try to go in the back door of there and see what's going on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's slip into Dolly's back door.
Look,
I don't
Come
have
on
a
now.
response to that. I'm not sure how to. I have jokes.
I knew there was a possibility of that happening when I said what I said, but I
Yeah.
had to say it because we can't be going in through the main entrance.
You said that right as I took a bite of pizza, and I could not
Oh,
respond
no.
to you.
Dang.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But you could. I took a face journey for our Twitch viewers.
I heard it as I said it, but we're being discreet here.
As
Discreetly visit our friend.
so for reference, there's 2 people with you currently, in addition to you 3. It's Pound Cake and Red Claw.
Okay.
Well, you all just kind of ran off, so Calstein and well, no, Calstein's not there. Yeah, so it would have been just you 5, excuse me. Anyway, as you arrive to the Wayward Vagabonds, like pub / guild hall, whatever you want to call it, company hall, you will see 2 people cladded in full plate. Well, a Western version of full plate. I can't speak. Why is my starting so bad tonight? They're posted at the front entrance currently. I'm not saying you're at the front entrance. I'm saying you're going to see this. The post at the front entrance. And yeah, there's going to be that's what we're seeing currently.
I'll say, why don't y'all hang back and I'll slip in and see what the deal is.
I was gonna say we should send Pound Cake.
I mean, I'm only the newest member. Maybe the people who actually knows the person running it should be talking with her.
But I'm saying, Pound Cake, you go up to the door and see if those guys want to kill you or not. And if they do, we'll back you up. Don't worry.
Why do I have my doubts?
Well, surely the church isn't here to assassinate an entire town. Those folks probably mouthed off or something.
They're a church, for God's sakes.
Aren't we all kind of wanted by the church right now?
Are we?
I mean,
news can't travel that fast.
We did let that little boy go.
Maybe he
How
squealed
much
on
faster
us.
could he have gotten here than us?
He probably died
He
in
left
the desert.
minutes. He left minutes before us and did not head towards the train.
Maybe they got
Yeah,
some
we
kind
did-
of faster than light communication.
That can't be possible. Without magic? I
We
mean,
know they're hypocrites. They might have some kind of talking magic.
actually,
This
yeah,
is
we
fair.
know from
This is
Calstein
fair.
getting attacked that they do have. Okay. Okay. How do we want to do this, Susie? Do you want to try to use your wiles, or do we want to send Pound Cake in there?
I'd like to
Mr.
slip
Stew.
in and over so I can kind of skulk along the roof and see if I can count how many baddies there are. Maybe I can eavesdrop on the 2 in front of the door.
Fair.
okay.
Is there a service entrance that may not be guarded because they forgot about it?
So every entrance but the server's entrance is covered, and I'm going to say the only reason why the server's entrance isn't covered is because their version is a cellar, basically.
Oh, okay, so it's not into the main building. It's
Yeah, like you go down into the cellar, and then the cellar goes up into the main, like from a different aspect, different part of it. But the cellar goes up into the building, or like building proper. That's basically where like they store their alcohol because it's room temp or below room temperature down there in the cellar.
Okay, so I will caw thricely if I need you to come running. If I need you to run away, I will caw 4 times.
And what does 1 and 2 cause me?
Yeah, and
Well,
I'm
they
gonna,
Those are
see.
kind of irrelevant in this situation. Those are
So-
better for like dungeoneering because any cawing will draw attention to me in this
Okay,
situation.
so like if we hear one caw and then really hear like another caw and then another caw, but there's like a space in between them, should we presume it's 1 or 3 caws?
I guess it depends on if it's me or not. If it's like ah and then ah, that's probably come running.
Okay, all right.
But if it's like an actual bird and then me once,
Well, yeah,
that's probably nothing you need to worry
So we
about.
shouldn't count the calls that are not coming from you.
Right.
well, I mean, I
Okay.
figured that. I figured that part. I'm mostly like, whether like if there's too long of a space between caws, like like caw and then caw.
I feel like we can use our best judgment.
We
Yeah,
should also
again,
ha-
those are good if we're doing 1 and 2 caws, but there won't be any 1 and 2
we
caws
should
this
we should
time.
have a code to say I fucked up. I'm starting over.
Maybe that's a horse whinny.
Mm-hmm.
As wipe the slate and start over. Okay. I usually hear whinnies from the roof of buildings, so that makes perfect
Yeah,
sense to me.
yeah, who doesn't? Who does it here? Yeah, roof horses. That's a thing, right?
Well, it helps maintain it's more space for storage.
Exactly.
Yeah, stack them up. Okay, I'm going to slide up and over the roof.
All right.
Taking my
Uh,
life into my hands here, gang.
Give me an athletics roll just to kind of get up. Get up there. It just kind of generates things like speed and whatnot.
Can I use acrobatics?
Sure, if you want to like jump around, jump
Ooh,
around.
nat 20.
Nice.
And can I get advantage on my stealth if I take more time?
No, only because when you do sneak, you're already moving at half speed as it is.
Plus, I'm out in the middle of
Yeah.
the open here.
I still want you to roll a stealth check. It won't be with advantage.
Okay, I got a 17.
Okay. All right. So basically, first is I'm going to show you that every entrance into the I'm going to call it the guild hall, even though it's not technically a guild. Every entrance to the guild hall is currently occupied with guards posted at the doors, with the exception of the server's entry to the basement.
Are any of them talking to each other?
Yeah. Are you wanting? Okay.
Yeah, I'm eavesdropping. That's why I'm up here.
Give me a perception roll so you can see how much you pick up.
I think I get advantage because they're my preferred prey, and or I guess we're not technically in the desert. We're in the city. But
Maybe
preferred
both.
prey, definitely. Let me. Favored enemy. Oh, I guess I only get advantage on intelligence checks to recall information about them. So perception 11 plus 5, 16.
Okay. How did you, Greg? I kind of like my job. I don't know, Jerry. I'm thinking it might be time to retire. I'm only 2 weeks from retirement, and I got the sweet cabin out by a lake, and I'm thinking about just spending the rest of the time with me and Juliet. My son's off to college now, and think it's about time for me to go.
It's a shame we're gonna kill these guys.
I was gonna it's like that means he has to die.
Well, it's like, and the other guys could be like, oh, I don't know about that. My wife's pregnant, and I'm looking forward to having 2 twins, and I'm gonna have 2 twins. Not quintuplets, quadtuplets. I forgot.
Quadruplets.
Quadruplets.
Quadruplets?
I'm gonna have quadruplets. And I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna be a brand new dad. This is my first set of children. Me and the missus are super happy.
I'm going to clutch my mother's necklace and just like pray to not lose my temper over this incredibly banal dialogue.
I like that's how I like to just take away. It's like These goddamn
Susie's so
NPCs. These goddamn NPCs.
Are there any other clumps of goons around the town that I can see from up here?
You will see different goons throughout the town. Yeah, like you'll see some people. It looks like they're on patrol. People who are just posted in guarding areas and stuff like that. If you had to
Okay,
get, I would
go
say
ahead.
Yellowbird's. I would say Yellowbird's not a very big town. It's about like population of like it's like 30-ish. I'm sure it's the actual population like the first episode, but the point is a small town. Um, and you could tell that like there's probably something along like 10 to 15 guards here, in the small town of the paladins.
I'm just looking at my spells here. There aren't many of them.
No, rangers are not spellcasters. They have some spells, but they're not spellcasters.
I'm going to load a crossbow bolt and then lay on my back and launch a crossbow in the furthest direction and try to like bounce it off of the top of a well or something that'll make a lot of noise.
You're trying to distract the guards at one of the entrances. Is that
Just like draw attention to the other side of town.
okay? Give me an attack roll. I am sorry again that I'm burping so much.
Oh, that's bad.
I'm not even hearing it, so
That's an 11. Although I guess I am shooting at a what do you call it? A non-moving target.
Yeah, I'm mostly just using it at because so this is not officially part of the rolls. I will sometimes just use a die roll to determine like a general range of how well something will do. So if it's thematic, I'll just like like perception as an example. When you do perception checks, I will do a range. So like 1 to 5, you notice something basic. 10, you notice something a little more detailed. 15, you get a lot of details. I'm applying that to this. Your shot here is just aiming in a general direction, kind of how far as you can, while also being distracted. So that just kind of determines how well the shot went, rather than like a specific action.
Got it.
I use it as like a thematic spectrum. Is basically what I'm saying. I use a thematic spectrum. So you shoot it off. It's going to hit a building in the distance. You don't know what's up your head right now. And one of the guards listening is like, oh, I think I hit something. Well, I suppose I should walk down that dark alley and see what happened there.
not the dark alley that we're in, right?
No, not the dark
Okay.
alley.
So only one of the guards is peeling away.
I was like, oh, let me join you, just in case there are an ambush going on. I probably I was not consistent with those accents. Just pretend that they were. Anyway,
I got it. Yeah.
The two at the side, the two that you were listening to, which are on the side of the building from one of the entrances, starts walking towards the alley. I heard some places they call this town Murder Boulevard or Murder Alley.
Oh my.
Like Batman.
Like the
I will
Batman.
slip back to our position at this unguarded entrance and like wave them over.
As you're
Do we
doing
all
that,
wanna-
I lean over to Ven and I go, I didn't hear any cause.
Neither did
What is
I.
what
You
is
think
a
it's a
wave?
trap?
What does a wave mean?
I think it probably means that, I mean, because we saw the guys leave, so I think that's a good option. But do we all want to go in through the main door? Because otherwise, I can go in through the cellar, and then if there's something untoward happening there, or then I can go back to you. And if something goes bad in the main entrance, then you got me. You got me in the back.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna go with Susie.
Can't speak. Pound Gate's gonna go with Ven, since hiding is one of his specialties.
Mm-hmm. That little guy loves hide.
Who doesn't?
right.
Before I go into the cellar, I want to listen at the door and make sure there's not anyone down there.
Give me a perception check.
Ugh.
Oh, I thought you were hanging back. You're coming in too.
I was gonna go in through the cellar.
That was where I
2.8.
wanted us to meet up.
Oh, I thought you said you were gonna go in through the main entrance where the guys just left.
Through the
No.
door.
Then never
I just
mind.
wanted to draw at least one person away from the building
I see. Okay.
in case you guys
In that
made noise
case,
on the way to the house.
we're all at the cellar. Does anyone else also want to do a perception check?
I'll be honest. Pound Cake does not have a character sheet. I probably should make him one. I just do general rules for him.
That's
So
fair.
14.
It
got a
would be good to
19.
have Pound Cake hang back outside to do the 3 or 4 cause.
Yeah.
The first two will get our attention.
Yeah.
I'm not really good at
Technically,
Well,
one
don't-
is like, technically, Jerry, one is like, there's no danger. Feel free to come up and meet us.
all right.
2 is like, I need to chat at you for a second. Send
Okay,
somebody
talk,
back to
got
talk
it.
to me.
All right.
3 is
Uh-huh.
you need our help. We got to come running. Or no,
Okay.
no. 3 is we need your help. Come running. And 4 is
Wait.
get
Please.
gone. We'll meet up at the
So
pre-ascribed rendezvous location.
quick
And Jerry,
question.
don't cut yourself short. Those calls sounded good to me.
I thank you. I appreciate that, Ben. I do have a question. If you're in danger, how would I know to call 3 times to tell you to leave?
Well, you're going to
You
be
see
out
something.
here, and you're going to see the bad guys coming towards us.
No, see that I get, but Susie Ann just said the 3 cause is that you are in danger and that you need to flee.
No,
but like-
you're alerting us that we're going to be in danger.
Oh,
Okay,
warning
so-
you about danger. Okay.
So in that situation where like if 4 guys show up and they go into the cellar door and you want to
Uh-huh.
alert us,
That's
it's
the
a little
cause.
tricky because, context, how many people come in? Like there's really no safe way to warn us.
Right.
So I think in that situation you either
You should
want
come
us
in
to come
behind
to
them,
you.
throw a glass on the ground, and yell "scatter."
Or
Okay.
you bark, and then the number of calls after barking tells us how many people are coming in.
We are
Sure, get creative.
complicating this to a degree that I think.
Here's
Pound
the
Cake
deal.
Jerry-
If four guys show up, you're in more danger than we are. So don't give yourself away unless it's like super critical. And then pick one. Either us come to you or us find our own way.
And
Okay.
how about so we don't have to remember anything? You just yell out, "Come to me," or "Find your own way."
Sure, yeah, last resort.
We're just constantly changing what everything means.
I don't know, just yell fire, probably.
This is you see, Pocket's like I gonna need a pen and paper to write all that down. The
Yell
different-
fire, and everyone will be like, "We know."
So Ven was gonna listen at the door and I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Okay. Then go. Did you
I
party
got
roll?
a 19. Yep.
All right. The 19. You are not going to hear anybody in the cellar.
Nice.
All right. That makes me feel good. I mean, they could just be chilling out in the cellar, but I choose to believe that, when 2 people are guarding a place, they're chatting, they're having a nice time, kind of like a stakeout in all the movies I've watched. That's Vin.
That's fair.
Just not
Oh,
many.
that was bad.
It's not any of them.
What is Gary doing at the moment?
I was just gonna follow Ven.
Okay.
I mean, I did roll a perception check about the door, but I think Ven covered it.
You got a 17. Don't sell yourself short.
Yeah, it's still pretty good.
I got a 14, so
No, even
you did
better.
better than me.
Excuse me.
You're
Yeah,
excused.
and that way, if there's anybody at the top of the stairs, we can just grab some of the booze from the cellar, head out, and rethink our steps.
Yeah.
All right. Now that Jeff is back, Jeff, Ven did not hear anything in the basement. Also, you're still muted. There we go.
I will give Ven the thumbs up. I really want to listen myself, but I don't want to make Ven
can.
feel bad, so I'm
No.
just gonna open the
Follow
door.
your heart. You can do it if you want. You can listen at the next door if you want.
Yeah, I like to build up my colleagues' self-esteem, so
I like that. I've always
Yeah.
liked
I
that about
appreciate
you.
Yeah.
that.
except for Jerry, we don't want him to get a big head.
Yeah.
But look, different people require different forms of,
Reassurance.
Reassurance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
All right. Well, I guess I will caw or bark or yell fire if something comes up
Or
Mhm.
nay.
or nay.
If you gotta kind of scrap it, yeah.
If the
Yeah.
spirit moves you.
Okay. And yep.
I trust your judgment. I feel like you'll
Yeah.
communicate the thought properly.
I'm just hoping I make it to Lantern Nights. Got some people I need to.
Now, why would you say that when everybody's saying things that are gonna get them killed?
I forget, were you in that episode?
I I was not. No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I got some bad news, Jerry.
All right. What are you all doing? How are you proceeding?
I'll go
Get in
first.
Hmm?
Well, I'd
I'm
like to
big.
open the door first.
Yeah, is it dark in there when we open the door?
It will be dark, yes. I do think like two of you have night had dark vision though.
Yeah, everyone but Gary. So do you want to employ our system or do you want to not go first?
Hold hands. That's what you
Yeah,
do
hold
best.
my hand.
All right.
All right, so I'll slip in there first and stealth my way to the
Yeah, we'll hold hands
next
anyway.
exit to listen at that one.
Okay. Give me a perception.
12.
You are hearing a voice. You can't make out what they're saying. It sounds like it's coming from Dolly's office.
Okay, I will give Ven the wave on in gesture.
Come on, big guy, take my hand.
Let's go. Yep, we'll head down there.
Yeah.
And then
All right.
back up since we got to go up the stairs to the, yeah.
I'll be like, is there a way to draw someone down here without raising a general fuss?
Well, I feel like breaking one of these bottles would probably send someone down here, but depending on how worried they are about intruders, they might send more. And based on the fact that they got people on all the doors except this one, I don't really know how many people they'll send.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to go totally silent on this one, which isn't great for Gary, who also can't see.
I could
Um,
just stay right where I am.
We are alone down here, so right before we open the door, I'm gonna cast Bless.
Okay.
Smart.
I would like
No
to
one
make
from the church to catch me.
I like to make the joke that back in the alleyways, you see Jerry goes, "Caw, caw," just trying to get caw. It's more in the throat. Caw. He's not yelling caw. He's practicing saying
Yeah. In my head, I'm just like, Garrett, you gotta, I mean, Jerry, you gotta nay in between so you don't alert us.
caw. No.
I have an idea.
Rough.
I'm going to pull out
Rough.
a receipt from like my paycheck from Dolly, and I'll slide it up between two floor planks. Just sort of wiggle it and see if it draws her attention.
I will say it would not, primarily because her office is closed off. It's like its own part of the building.
We're not going straight in her office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like the entrance to her office is the front door to her office, basically. Right
We've
now,
been
you're sitting you're in the attic, which is below the like dining hall, basically.
we've been in here before. Is there a hallway of some sort, or is this straight into the meat of it?
It is, if you go up the stairs, not where you came from, but like the other set, it will lead behind the bar. Is where it will. So it's like straight in the thing.
Directly behind the bar where everyone can see us.
Yeah. I mean, in fairness, she
Sweet.
will also have a bar blocking some of your view. So
That is fair.
So
So
it's
maybe
either
somebody short could be hidden behind the bar.
And the
ah
fun part is they'll see the door open. I was already thinking that. They'll see the door open, but they'll only see two people go through it.
Well, let me see if I'm gonna clip this part because I want it as a meme for the Discord. But
Yeah.
yeah.
and then I
Okay.
can I'll turn that into a GIF later.
I will gingerly test the hatch to see if it's barred or not.
It is not barred. It is not barred. I said that word. It is not barred.
Okay. So I will load my crossbow and hold an action to shoot
Okay.
if anybody comes down, and I assume Gary will hold something. Will there be enough light if I open it for Gary to shoot or punch?
Yeah, as you open up, there would be some internal lighting, not just from the windows, but from the darker areas. It'd be like candles.
Okay.
No, not candles, because I did describe it as like steampunkish-ish. So there's like light bulbs in here.
Gotcha. Okay. I will slowly open the hatch
Okay.
and let Ven out.
As you open the hatch, you're gonna hear more clearly. It sounds like Dolly's yelling at someone, not out of fear, but out of anger. You can't hear what she's saying, but you can hear that she's yelling.
All right, Ven, sneak up there.
Yep, yeah, I see Dolly yelling out of fear. Yep,
Anger.
heading in there.
So let you know, is yelling out of anger.
Yelling out of anger, not fear. See, you said two, and I forgot to listen to which is which. All right, I'm still in. Let's go.
So stealth, and don't forget your bless.
Yo.
What kind of armor are you rocking?
I think realistically, once we decide we're trying to
Chainmail.
be stealthy, I could take off the chainmail so I don't have, because that's the thing, is I could either have disadvantage with stealth or I could have my armor on,
That's tricky.
right?
What do you think, Gary? Safety or stealth?
I think stealth for the time being.
Okay, we help you get your armor off, and then
Okay, yeah, I
we do
de-doff
this.
before I head up. All right, stealth. Do I have any sort of advantage because they can't see me because I'm behind the bar?
Yeah, I'll give you advantage.
Nice.
I'm gonna need it. That's a that's an 11, but the first one was a 3, so I'll take it.
Did you add your D4?
No, I didn't.
Bless.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh god, there's a bunch of books on top of all my dice. It's a 13.
Okay. All right. To dust off an old DM's playbook, you believe you're stealth.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's an old one.
Excellent.
But yeah, you're gonna hear Dolly yelling. She has her own office, and but you can hear her yelling even in the like the dining area, if you will, the dining hall. Um, she is very much
I
angry at the
see.
moment.
Yeah, that's fair. Can I hear the other person that she's yelling at, or is it pretty one-sided?
It sounds pretty one-sided.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'll just continue kind of towards her office without trying to enter it.
Okay.
I'll probably stay kind of in the close enough to the main area that it's not very obvious that I am trying to eavesdrop, but I am definitely not in the center of things.
Give me a perception roll real quick.
That old die is on timeout. Let's do a new one. Okay, that worked out well. That's a 18. Oh, wait. Actually, it's a
Plus
19.
plus. Nice. You will notice that
Plus,
in the
plus,
guild hall
plus.
proper, in the dining area and everything, there's nobody else here. There's no other vagabonds. There's no paladins in here. Looks like
That's not good.
yeah. So like
Um,
this place is rather lively. The population of this town, like I said, is small, but a lot of vagabonds from different areas will come in through and stuff like that.
okay.
This building, as far as you could tell through that 18, is empty, except for obviously Dolly.
I'm gonna go back to the door from whence I came.
All right.
Uh, do you guys leave it open or?
I think probably just so that we could, at least so I could see.
Yeah, that's fair. So basically, I get in, close the door behind me, and I let you guys know there's definitely no one in here, which is suspicious given that there's guards outside. And Dolly's ripping mad. She's yelling at someone. I couldn't get a name, and it does not seem like they can get a word in edgewise. But it's not looking great in here. It is not a normal evening.
All right.
It-
Well, yelling is often a prelude to a conversation being over, so I think we better move fast.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I didn't want to get caught in there when he decided to storm out, or she decided to storm out, or something else happened.
So Ven and I will stealth over to the door and get ready to attack. And then Gary, you come up. If you make noise, make like a cat yowl or a raccoon hiss or something.
Yeah, we're back onto animal sounds. Got it.
And
So-
hide
And if-
behind the bar. If somebody comes around the corner, pop them one.
Oh
I-
yeah, yeah.
And
I
if
am-
I think you should hit the deck, I'll make a snake sound,
I am joking. This
not a
does
rattle.
This does not literally this does not literally happen. I'm just joking, but you're just like power cake just sitting next to you. And for real danger, quack like a duck.
Yeah, that's real serious. That's marine-based violence.
It's violence most foul.
Damn it. Upsetting.
Oh,
Now I'm
I
gonna start
get it.
yelling, actually.
That took me. I'm off my game today. It took me a second to realize what you were.
It's okay.
It was a dumb joke. It's fine.
Okay, so I'm gonna make my stealth check. Ugh, that's a 10. Oh, plus bless.
Bless.
Play us.
Bless your heart.
Bless.
So
Bless your
11. Does anything happen when I get to her door?
No, but you will still see that, or you'll still hear that she is ripping into whoever's in the office,
Cool.
and like a thunk on her desk, like like she's slapping her.
Like there
face.
was no coaster.
That was such a fucking callback. Hold up, that was like the second or third episode or something like that.
Oh, I forgot we were getting advantage because they can only hear us. So I got a 23 plus 1, 24. So now it's
I got a
Ven's turn.
15. I got a 15.
Did you add your bless?
Yes, I did. I got a 14 without the bless.
Hell yeah.
All right,
Anything
yeah,
pop off?
no, nothing pops off.
All right, it's scary time.
Well,
Big guns.
Gary, what are you doing?
I am. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. You know what? I'm just gonna ready an attack.
Okay, you're stand put behind the bar.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, your subclass does revolve around sharpshooting, so it does make sense you would stay at the back with the crossbow ready.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's
so
funny. I completely forgot I have a crossbow. Yeah, I'll do that.
Is there
Mhm.
anywhere we can hide outside the door, like behind plants or suits of armor?
A cactus?
There are
A conveniently shaped lamp.
there are a few places you can hide to if you want to actually get into the room. Though, there's not really a stealthy way getting into the room.
I was thinking about like if we could lure the person out. It's a little riskier because they might yell.
Yeah, so there's like the bar for Ven, there's the piano. There's some like tables, there's a fern, that's not fern. Nature's dead here. There's a big coat rack with a bunch of coats on it. But so many dusters on that coat rack. I would say,
Here's
yeah.
my suggestion. I whisper
Just
to
an indoor
Ben.
tumbleweed.
I say I could open the door and you rush in and kill whoever's arguing with Dolly. And then me and Gary will come around right after. Or you could open the door and I do it. Or we could draw them out into the open. But that's a little riskier noise-wise.
I feel like the smart way to do this is to handle it in the office. It's a smaller area. We're technically more likely to hit Dolly just because space-wise. But if we get into this main area, guys from the outside are going to come inside. Uh,
Do you have a way to do a whole lot of damage really fast?
I don't, so I might be better on yanking the door open. The best I can do is my rapier.
Okay, you open the door. I'll shoot him, and Gary can get him with the bum's rush. It's short enough that he can get there and punch in one round.
Yeah, well,
Mhm.
tech technically, if Dean allows it, I could both open the door and also, well, no, because that's melee. Yeah, you go. If that doesn't work, then I'll go in with my rapier, and then Gary can also help.
Yeah.
I was assuming that the door opener has to use their action to open the door. Is that right?
Yeah, that'd be correct.
I didn't know if it was an
You
action or an object thing. In
do
this
you
case,
have
it
your
makes sense being a collection.
do you have your spiritual weapon?
I do not have a spiritual
Okay.
weapon, unfortunately. I know
All
a
right.
cleric with one, but I, as a paladin, do not have that.
So I think Gary and I will do more damage probably.
Most
And then
likely.
you
Yeah.
can come in the next round and do what you do.
Yeah. God, spiritual weapon's a good one. Yep.
All right. So I give Gary the like 2-finger waggle and then point down the hall and make a like big angry arms gesture and then a punch.
Gary stares into the darkness.
The
Well,
darkness,
it's bright enough for visual signals here, right?
He understands.
the darkness stares back. Also,
Yeah.
hello, Carnage in chat.
What up,
Greenwich.
Greenwich? Okay, Ven, open that door.
All right. Okay. Real quick, as you yank it open, I'm going to just tell you what you see before your next actions. Sitting, Dolly is standing, faces red, sitting over her desk, fists clench, and on the
And
desk,
somehow she's yelling at Jerry.
uh,
Sorry, go ahead.
and sitting in a chair, looking calm, and with the big smile. It looks like a cleric. What's the proper term here? I guess
Clergyman?
a clergyman. Thank you. Is a clergyman sitting in a chair, being calm,
Unarmored.
unarmored.
Smug and calm?
Is the clergyman's back to us?
I would say most of his back is. He's like diagonal towards the entrance, but
Okay.
most of his back is So like, if you had to put it on a grid, yes.
Okay.
Okay. I will aim and then fire.
Can I do something before?
Sure.
I like the
Because
idea of like
now
now
that
play
I-
with the crossbow, and then Gary's like, hold up.
I've got my hand
I-
on the door, and you're like, no.
I want to raise my morning star to where Dolly can see it, and then gesture at it, and then gesture at the clergyman, and go,
I like the idea that like not
Hands
literally,
on
but
miming.
like Gary has a sign that says, "Should I do violence?" And just like pointing at the guy.
Yeah.
She's gonna look at you and go, "Put it down, your damn morning star."
So quickly behind my back.
Does the
Miss
priest
Dolly.
turn and look this direction?
Yes.
I shoot the priest.
Roll the hit.
Fuck yeah. I'll use I'm not going to use bonus to aim because I want to use Hail of Thorns if I hit. So
So you can't
this
use
is a
bless?
human. They're one of my favorite enemies. Let's see.
I
I guess
love
I
that
don't
we're
have
causing
anything special here. I'm
likely to
just
cause a
gonna
much
shoot.
larger problem than we think we're solving.
Okay, 17 plus 5, 22.
Heal hit. Roll damage.
Oh, plus bless. 23. All right, damage is D10. 4 plus 3 is 7. Plus Hail of Thorns, which is my new ass-kicking spell. Oops. They have to make a save, a dexterity saving throw.
What's the DC on that?
What is my DC? I guess it would be proficiency plus thing, so 13.
Okay, they literally rolled a 13 before bonuses.
Shit, okay. Do they get disadvantage because they're in a chair?
I mean,
With their back to us?
no, only because like when
He
Gary
turned and looked right at me, so...
Yeah, so it's not like a sneak attack sort of situation.
Okay, so it'll do whatever I roll, half damage. It'll do 1 damage.
So total damage.
Impressive.
Total damage. What did I roll for the
13, right? Or no, 7.
7 plus 1, 8.
Okay. It's gonna stick into him. It's like he's gonna like clutch the spot. He's like, ow.
And now it's Gary's turn.
Okay.
I mean, everyone gets a turn. We're in a surprise round, so everyone has an opportunity to do whatever.
Yeah. I am going to rush up to the clergyman
Uh-huh.
and unarmed strike him non-fatally in an attempt to knock him unconscious.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the hit.
Okay. Ooh, okay. Nat 1 plus 6 is a 7.
I don't suppose you have an inspiration on you.
Uh,
Damn.
He used his yeehaw last session.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gary used his yeehaw last session. So yeah, you go to punch him and he like falls over from the pain, so you just kind of whip over his head.
Ooh, you have
okay,
that one
and
thing
then
that
I-
lets you get to attack again, don't you?
I do, yeah.
Heroic surge.
Mm-hmm. Action surge.
Oh, action surge. Yes.
Yeah.
Classic 1, 2.
Oh, I forgot to take a short rest last time we played. That was still clicked off. But now I'm clicking it again. All right, you know what?
Yep.
Let's try it again. How about a 21? Does that one do it?
Yes.
All right.
it's- What's your strength modifier?
My strength is +4.
Okay, so he'll take a total of 5 damage. Because for unarmed people, it's 1 plus the strength modifier.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's gonna kind of like hit the floor hard after that. And I mean, Ben, I guess you still have something you could do. We're not in combat. We're not technically in combat.
No, I mean, I'll ready probably my rapier, but I'm just gonna look at Dolly.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on.
As soon as I hit the guy, I look over at Dolly to be like, huh? Is this...
She's gonna have her hand in her face right now.
So
Can I
she's
get you
not
anything, Dolly?
deciding one way or the other. Let's roll initiative.
No, it's this. It's just like wait.
She's not done yelling for the evening. is
I didn't
what's-
get a
what the
stand down order, so
Stand down. Susie Ann, Ben.
she actually is giving a stand down order.
She is, yeah. What were you saying?
Fuck.
Yeah, it's like
She didn't say my name. I punched
Gary.
him again.
You
I'm
already
kidding.
threw you already threw down your morning star.
Yeah.
I like to think you just slapped him out of his chair.
Yeah, I
Tech-
just...
wow.
Like my cowboy boots just like click-clacking on the floor, and I just went...
Technically, though, Susie has become a vigilante rather than a vagabond. Like more or less. I don't know if she'll back down.
I mean, for all we know, this dude is a spy for us. And he just did something stupid, and that's why he's being yelled at. I could not discern anything when I was listening in. Sorry,
That's
Dolly.
a really good point that Susie might have thought about before she shot a guy. Shit. Okay.
Actually, no.
I
I'm gonna
couldn't
be
have
honest.
told you my thoughts when
Attacking is pretty on brand for Susie Ann. Like, it's either the threat of violence or violence. So
I have to say, yeah.
I'm just gonna flip a coin here. 1 to 3, I do what Dolly says.
I just didn't like how smug he looked.
Yeah, I do what Dolly says. So this fight
But-
is over before it began.
put down your damn weapons.
It definitely began. A man is stabbed.
Yeah, it's like,
A man's
Get-
bleeding.
Gary, go get me the high proof alcohol, please,
Yes, ma'am.
and a cloth, and not
Yes.
not one of them bottle rags. Get the decent ones.
Oh, I'll get the clean one. Yeah,
Yeah.
I knew.
The blood rash. Yep.
Meanwhile, I'm loading another bolt, and I say, if he says a goddamn word,
I think we'll be okay.
Susie Ann,
But I appreciate that.
I appreciate your enthusiasm vis-a-vis my health and well-being, and obviously, because of my yelling, my mental health. But I prefer you didn't unload another bolt into this man at this moment.
yes,
At
ma'am.
this, from the bar, Gary goes, at this moment,
What cares?
it's not a
like-
no.
Shut up, Gary. There's a guy outside.
you just
Just the quiet yelling where it's like, it's not a no.
stage.
Yeah,
stage
I just kind of
yelling.
like poke my head back in the door and I go, you know.
One of you is you look at one of you have a knife. I need to break the bolt off, not out of the body, just the shaft.
Yep, nope. And I hand her my rapier.
So she's gonna like treat him enough to like stabilize him basically after that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I was like, he's gonna be unconscious just for a little bit while he's recovering from all of that. So you'll have a moment to talk to Dolly if you wanted to.
First off, who is this guy?
Hey, Dolly.
First, I need to write this down before I forget. 1 second, one. Okay. There you go. That's Father Mason.
Okay.
He's
Father-
got kids.
Father Mason is one of them crusading types. How to put it? Like a witch hunter.
So did he's responsible for the hangings and the burnings and all of that?
Yeah, him and his men there.
Okay, so why?
Well, I'm sure he goes into he can get a bit more in details into this. I'm not, the town mayor or nothing, so I have no authority over the
Okay,
man,
but neither is he. You know that, right?
Yeah.
I
So
should
why-
warn you, Dolly. I'm on a bit of a renegade streak. I'm taking on the church bottom to top, slaying their
Hey,
leaders
hey,
because of what they
okay,
did to my
I'll-
family. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, no, probably don't say that in front of the man, just in case things turn sideways for you. Kind of hold that back for a little bit till you're ready to
Mhm.
declare war. I don't disagree that he should have no authority here. The church just kind of wages their authority wherever they feel like it.
Yeah.
And he has claimed that these people are part of the cult.
Oh, the cult that the church is working with? That cult?
No,
Yeah, they're double dipping.
I don't know what stuff dipping into what, but like he was saying that they work for them.
Oh, okay. Well,
So,
he's a bullshitter.
and he has the man's gonna like get up a little bit. It's like, well, regardless of what you think of me, I was hoping to hire your service as the Vagabonds.
I told you
Oh.
to shut up.
Hey,
This thing's still loaded.
Actually,
You're
he
a-
didn't.
you're a piece of shit. You should stay down. I think actually.
Yeah. Thank you for letting us know you're up, though, because now we probably won't say the same things we would have said if you were still asleep.
No,
But,
I'm gonna
stay
say
down.
I'm gonna say some nasty shit about you, whether you hear it or not. But
That's fair. That's fair.
So I take it you don't want a job then?
I don't want you in this city, is what I want.
Mm.
Or rather, what I don't want, I guess. This is a bit of a confusing conversation, but
No,
you
yeah,
understand.
I got the gist. It's fine.
Yeah.
Technically, the fact that I've shot a priest kind of makes the whole church my enemy at this point. So if
You didn't
you
know
were
he was a
allowed
priest
to
when
leave
you-
this room and go talk to them, that would be bad for me.
Do you? I have a genuine question. Do you think that me not going back to them would not also be a bad?
We could come up with some kind of cover, probably.
I'm not
Also,
I'm not threatening. At this point,
otherwise,
you have the power. I'm just pointing out that if I get killed, it is going to raise up a lot of questions.
well, if you get killed, no one says that it's us that did it.
I mean,
If you don't get killed, there
there
are
are
3 people that shot you.
there are 5 people in here right now. That's you three, me, and he's gonna look over at Dolly and Miss Dolly.
Ah, fuck, we would implicate Dolly.
Yeah.
I believe that's what they call her. That's what they call you, right, Dolly? She's just gonna nod.
You can call her Miss Dolly.
So we're at a bit of an
She's Miss
impasse
Dolly to
here.
you. Yeah.
So the way I
Scum.
see it, the only way this works out is if you were proven to be a member of this cult and we had to kill you because you were about to do some evil magic on Dolly here, and I'm just pointing the crossbow right at him.
I do not understand your apprehension.
I
Whenever
gotta say, I am a little bit curious about what the job is. I'm not saying we're gonna take it. I'm just curious why this guy is coming to us when we saw the main square. They're handling a lot of things in-house.
Yeah, what you done to our town is rubbing me the wrong way, pal.
Yeah. You're lucky
Chuck-
I didn't see Sal Nussbaum up there. My friend. My friend whose business I destroyed.
I've heard of Sal Nussbaum's business. That the gnome who runs it says he has a system. That's what I've heard. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, the system. The
Yeah.
Sal Nussbaum system. You saw the Netflix special?
That's right. I did. Yes. How about we put the weapons away and have a civil conversation? I am unarmed. I will not fight you if we talk as gentlefolk. I can go more into details about this. I will say, without if I were to be a little miffed about the bolt in the shoulder, but I feel like that part's pretty understandable, all things considered.
I want to roll insight on this guy.
I
right,
would join you on that endeavor.
Are you wanting any information in particular with that insight?
Just kind of how genuine he's being with us right now. Like if I want to know if it's clear that he is going to like set us up or like backstab us eventually. Like is he trustworthy in this moment? Like obviously he works for the church, but
I think
Right.
we should all get one of these and use our
Yeah.
blessed die because
Yeah.
we're still within
I'm interested in how high up in the system he is and how long they expected before this got done, because the only people that knew we were coming back right around now are people that know what we did at that site.
I will say that with that role, even with insight, you will not get that information. You'll have to talk with him about it or find alternative information means.
That's fair. There's no way to look at a person and figure out how high up he is unless he's got a really nice watch.
And
I told
unless
I
you
rolled
want to do knowledge, unless you want to do a history check or a religion check.
I could do one of those, yeah.
Instead of doing a investigation, you can do that to get
I rolled a 21.
Well, I'm not going to
insight.
get it, but I rolled a
21?
7, history or
Yep.
religion, either one.
Don't reach your blessed eye.
Yeah, I added
I
it.
did.
It's 21.
and I got a 14.
I rolled
All
a
right.
6.
I will say, Susie Ann, you do not think he is bullshitting you. He does seem like he is here to talk. He is not lying to you at this moment. Gary, he does not. You get that, and in addition to it, he does not like. It does not seem like he has alternative motives at the moment.
Okay.
to kind
All
of
right. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. We'll talk.
should we talk in here in the office, or would you prefer somewhere a bit more open?
Dolly, what would you prefer?
She's gonna look over at her desk. It's kind of has some cracks in it from like recent damage, and is like, "Fuck it, I gotta treat his wound anyway. Let's just go into the bar and I'll run some alcohol on it." And
All right.
I don't know
Okay.
how he's going to explain this nasty injury to his colleagues.
He tripped and he fell.
onto a crossbow bolt.
We took out the crossbow bolt.
We cut it.
No, you can't like fun
Yeah,
medical
he would
knowledge.
have died if we did that. And we
Yeah,
only
he'd
cut
roll
off
up.
the edges.
Basically just enough to, because it's in there, it stays in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, Dolly will set him up at a set of like tables and chairs, like just like round ones. Like, I guess you folks can go over your stuff. I'm gonna get a rag ready.
In my head, I'm like, I could have laid on hands, but the church hates magic.
Father Mason's gonna look at you three and just like, all right. I've been sent here by the Immortal King. The Immortal Ruler. That was me backtracking on. The Immortal Monarch. That was the term I was using. I was sent here by the Immortal Monarch to provide you an official mission by the church. If you were to accept, you would be paid rather well, and you would also be invited to come to the capital if you wanted to and stay as a guest.
Can I do a history check on the Monarch?
Sure, go ahead.
Technically, our first gig that we had in this game was our episode 1 was another gig for the church, I believe.
That was
So it's
actually
not like this is a huge change. It's just
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
now we hate them more personally.
in the
Yeah.
first. Go ahead and do your history. I'm gonna just test real quick. Actually, in the first episode, your first mission was doing a mission for the Eternal Monarch. It was
Yeah.
getting their scepter,
Getting the scepter.
that had been stolen.
Mhm.
Okay. I rolled a 12.
So with that 12 in your history check, I would say was pretty common knowledge about the Immortal Monarch, and that the Immortal Monarch appeared after the fall of magic, after the magic had disappeared, as one of the people, like leaders who like led the world after everything magic had disappeared, into more of the age of kind of what you're expecting now, like steam, and they introduced the concept of like steam engines and using coal as fuel and restructuring societies, and they introduced like the concepts of the sage trees, which are the only ones that can make blessed dirt that can still grow some food, basically.
Okay.
And basically after they brought all this, a lot of people just declared them like the new monarch of the world because they brought them out of like a dark era.
Okay.
So they're like what's the term here? Not God King, but very similar to God King because they also run the church.
Yeah.
It's like the king.
And
of
are they
England.
long lived
still
or
be
is
a
it a
god, yeah.
title?
It is long lived. This person is called the Immortal Monarch because they've been alive for the last 1,000 years.
Yeah.
I see.
Okay. So essentially, what this guy is saying, Father, what was his name?
Mason.
John Misty.
Father Mason. Father Mason is saying that this mission has come from the Immortal Monarch themselves,
Yes.
and they want us to come to the capital.
They're offering you a
But we
mission.
don't have to.
Yeah, they're offering you a
It's
mission,
not part of the gig.
and as a part of the reward, you can come to the capital. And they're like basically they're going to pay for it, pay for room and board and like food, that kind of thing.
If we
Vacation.
win the Super Bowl, we can go to Disney World.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are the details of this mission that you have for us?
Well, as you recall, a few months ago, we had you on another similar mission to this, where we had you receive a scepter.
Oh,
that
for
you
the
still-
scepter, of course.
Right.
I remembered this.
Right. This next one, there is a shield that's very important to the monarch that has recently been stolen by another group, unfortunately, bandits. Well, thieves, really.
Does this group have a name, or is it just thieves?
I don't know the name. I
Okay.
will say that they are a very regional power. I don't mean to be a little prejudiced, but I feel like he's gonna look directly at you, Gary. You might at least know the area. It's
What's
Granite
that supposed to
Town.
mean?
Oh, so just because I'm a Goliath means that I have to be from Granite Town, huh?
Are you from Granite Town?
It's none of your business.
Okay.
I might have some contacts out that way. I'll have to check with my Goliath friend.
And I just kind of lean over. I go, yeah, we got some context down there.
Yeah.
We'll talk later.
Sidebar.
No. Was this stolen? Where was it stolen from? Was it in transit? Was it being held somewhere? How'd they get it?
I'm not sure how much I'm allowed to tell you, but I can give you at least the very basics. In the capital, there's a section we put all our holy items, and they managed to get a hold of that shield.
Oh, so do you think that it was an inside job? I would imagine that this is very well guarded.
I do not wish to implicate my brothers and sisters in the light, but I wouldn't rule it out as a possibility.
I see.
Why would they take just the shield, not anything else? I imagine there's a whole bunch of things there they could get some coin for.
That's a good question.
What does the shield have any properties?
It is said to be blessed by Lumire herself.
Oh, yeah, that would have been good to mention.
Well, that's why I'm telling you now.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's supposed to be blessed by Lumira herself. It was used by the Immortal Monarch the days before they became the Immortal Monarch, back when they were just a clergyman.
Okay.
Does it have any traits when being used with the scepter or any other holy atoms?
Oh, I'm afraid I don't know. I'm not a scribe.
Right.
All right.
Does the Immortal Monarch ever bring these things out for like special occasions, certain rituals?
They have been known to, on occasion, whenever doing banquets, show off a few of their most holiest of items.
Okay.
I'd like to see any and all records related to when the shield is brought out.
You might have
talk
to
to
go
Saul.
to the capital for that. I'm afraid I don't carry that kind of information on me.
No, that's understandable. Yeah, you're just
Better check in with Saul.
one small man.
One small man, yes.
Yeah. Very
One
small.
tiny, tiny man.
With a little thing stuck in him now.
It's gonna look over his shoulder and yep.
Yeah.
Correct.
Just
Sorry
reminded
about
me-
that. We was on the run from some false priests. We had heard they were here to harm Dolly, and I got a little trigger happy there. I'm very sorry. And I'm looking him straight in the eye, daring him to
Do something.
disbelieve me.
Dare you. Dare you. He's gonna look at you and it's like, oh, real quick. Hello, the deadly cabbie in chat.
Sup, Cabby?
This flips the six-sided I don't know what that means. Thank you though.
That was when we were rolling damage.
Yeah.
So
All right. It's like, I suppose so. I have no reason to doubt you. The cult seems to be ingratiating itself in different aspects of society. I mean, I did not come here to root out the evil of your town. I just happened to come across it.
oh, I'm sure. And you just came across the gallows that were already set up?
Oh no, we established that.
Okay,
So-
so maybe you didn't come across these people.
So what's the proof of the witchcraft? I'm just curious to know your methods.
He's gonna pull out a book, and it's let me grab the name real quick. Here.
Is it familiar? Does it match any of the titles we saw? Who was it? Susie Ann, no, that's too long ago. You wouldn't have remembered those couple books on a train.
He's gonna pull out that King James Necro Hunter thing.
Yeah.
whatever that's called.
He's gonna pull out on the book, and on the front it's gonna say Malleus Maleficarum.
Yeah, that's the one.
This was written by a saint about 300 years ago, and it's specializes specifically on destroying cultists. I simply followed the guide provided to me. They had strange herbs and spices that are not normally used in food. They carried items on them that no normal person would have, like bat guano.
Like what?
Yes, people can't have potpourri anymore.
Bat guano.
Oh, okay.
They were holding item. They had those kinds of items, or some may have charms that they were trying to use. So I had just purged the evil. If anyone wanted to do an investigation roll on this guy, no, insight. Sorry, insight roll. It'd be fun.
I want to waste him so hard.
Yeah.
I did bad.
13. Oh wait, insight.
Yeah, insight.
That's a math. 17.
17. Right.
7 for little old me.
All right.
That's pretty good.
In your role, you see that I'm talking to Ven specifically. At the very least, he believes what he is saying.
I'm sure he fucking does.
If you,
But it makes him a little bit less evil.
I also,
Actually, does it? Anyway,
I've heard some more concerning news about Granite Town that might be revolving around this. We have sent missives to the mayor to try and gather information and see if we can get some people in the city to find the shield. And our messengers haven't been coming back.
Oh, that's a shame.
Well, damn.
Well, if we find them, we'll send them on your way.
Yeah.
Unless they're
or give
dead.
him a message for you.
In which case, we'll tell you where their bodies are.
I would appreciate that. We sent 3 good groups out there, and they've not come back.
3 whole groups.
Not that good.
Yeah.
Well, it is rather far from the capital. That's, honestly, I think you would have learned after the second time, but I suppose that my superiors are a bit tenacious.
Maybe they met some locals who had interesting new ideas, and they just decided the church wasn't for them anymore.
That was my thought.
Are you talking of heresy?
Sure, why not? Maybe you got tons of heretics out there. Maybe so many that there might be a new religion that'll knock yours off the top. Wouldn't that be terrible?
Sounds like you're referring to the cult. His eyes are going to narrow just a bit. Like, are you a cult sympathizer?
Far from it. But
Hey,
I
you
know
don't
they got
have
their
any-
hooks in all
You
the
don't
way
have
to
any
the top.
guano on you, do you?
Oh, of course not.
No, not you. I'm talking to Susie.
Hell no. What would I carry shit around with me? You sick
I just
fuck.
want to make sure we're not going to have to put you on the pyre.
Oh, how dare you? See, this is what happens when you create a culture of fear. You got friends turning on each other. I mean, obviously joking.
I would
But,
never
you know.
throw anyone on a pyre unless they deserved it. I'll say it.
That's a
I give
beautiful
this guy a
sentiment.
knowing look.
The return of magic is nothing but the sign of evil rising from the earth.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that makes sense.
Sure, yep.
I wish
Well-
I had any magic that I could just do in front of this guy right now.
Prestidigitation.
Okay, actually, I'm not going to do this, but I do have a water skin full of magic water that I could just like force feed him.
See the past.
Son of a
Man.
bitch.
That would
We'll
hurt.
save that for later.
I'll say, we'll take your damn job.
Sounds good.
Just point us in the
shit,
right
okay.
direction, and the vagabonds will take care of your little problem.
I was thinking.
Yeah.
I was offered you to hold. Is going to pull out like a piece of like a pad of paper, you were being offered, in addition to what I mentioned, 15,000 gold.
I was gonna say we should talk about payment before we take a job, but yeah, I like the sound of that.
I just assume Dolly negotiates good rates for us, so I don't fuss too much.
That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, the
she's
scepter wasn't
good
a
like
bad
that.
job.
So I was like,
Yeah.
well, I mean, we are going to get a 10% cut, you know.
Oh well, obviously, Dolly.
Yeah, of
we know how
course.
this
I
works.
mean, that goes
I would
without
want
saying.
nothing less for you.
But
For you,
Maybe
Dolly,
more,
I'd
that'd be good.
I'd insist you take 12.
I
Well,
like how we
don't
both
get
had the same
crazy.
idea of like, we'd give you more if we could,
Yeah.
but the contract's already signed.
well, that's good to hear. Miss Dolly, did you want me to leave my men? No, absolutely not. Get your men out of here.
Please.
Yeah, we'll take it from here.
Usually, the church respects the boundaries of the Vagabonds this far from the capital. And I would like you to consider doing that again.
I mean, you know what happens firsthand when we get strange looking people in town.
Yes,
People
well,
get a little trigger happy.
Yes, I can tell. Ow! Like as he's saying that, like Dolly is like pats a little hard, with the alcoholic wipes.
We got you all cleaned up.
All right. Well, I will take my men. I believe the purging has been done anyway. So, if you want more information, I will be leaving, but we'll have more information back at the capital if you want it. But in the meantime, yes, Granite Town is where we think where it's at.
All right.
So are we going to stop at the capital first and then go to Granite Town, or are we going straight?
I think we
Do
should.
want to go to the capital? Yeah,
It'll be
fuck it,
fun. We could go to the big city.
It'll be
We could see it.
fun.
Oh, yeah,
Let's go
go
They have an
see a
M&M
show.
store there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a
Yeah,
nice
good luck.
dress,
Somehow.
some
Hey,
jewels.
do you want an Omniversal Escapades exclusive scoop on the M&M store in NYC?
Sure, go ahead. Yeah, what?
I know a celebrity who owns an apartment in that building,
Oh,
Nice.
Ooh.
and his name is Shia
Oh.
LaBeouf.
you know
Oh
Shia
my
LaBeouf.
God.
I don't know him, but I saw him outside the M&M store once,
Oh,
and
okay.
I was like, "Hey, man, we're Shia LaBeouf," and he was like, "Yeah, keep it down." And I was like, "You're just like walking through the city." He was like, "I live here." I was like, "Oh,
Well,
like
he
he
has
was
to live there because he's got a very long hours on a job in the M&M store licking all the M&Ms.
yeah." No, like he literally like pointed at the building. He was like, "I live here." I was like, "Okay, I'm sorry, Shia."
You shouldn't be
Jeez.
telling me that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a stranger. Probably don't tell me
Like
that.
he was being like incredulous, like about like why I would ask him why he's in New York. Like I was like, "Okay, dude, like settle down."
Shia, I'm just trying to impress
I just
Judy
wanted like
Foster.
a picture with you, and he was like, "No." I was like, "Okay, sure, sorry."
All
Everything
right.
you said sounds about on track. What I think, I think he would react.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Let's take a quick 5-minute break. I need to use the bathroom. That's
Hell
the main
yeah.
reason why. So
yeah.
we're gonna take fiver. We'll be right back, everyone. All right. No. I feel like context is needed. Oh yeah. I mean, I wasn't going to discourage you from doing it. I also did not have plans if you had done it. So I will say that, like, I didn't have plans if you all had done it, but I also wasn't going to discourage you because that's just where the story was going to go.
It would not have been true to character if you hadn't.
It's pretty on brand.
And I just don't usually go around without my armor, so I was happy to be like, wait a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should put that back on.
Yeah, I really should. Yeah, while you guys are talking, I start re-doffing.
Oh yeah, doff it up.
It takes 10 minutes. We're talking for a while. Let me just handle it while we're, you know.
I'm just imagine. Go ahead and put it back on air. But I am just imagining, like, as you're having this conversation with Mason, you're just like, yep, that's right.
It's clanking. It's
uh-huh.
loud.
That. Or
I'm like,
at
hey,
the
Gary,
strap.
can you?
Gary, could you thank you.
Yeah, I'm mid doff when we finish this
Yeah.
conversation.
That's really interesting. Ow, too tight.
He hurts more. It's fine.
There we go. But yeah, I was like, all right,
Also, I want him to know that I don't care enough about him and what he says to give it my full attention. So I'm re-doffing.
Yeah.
Uh,
Dolphin.
after Father Mason gets treated, he's like wrapped up by Dolly. He's gonna like head out, and he's going to like, you hear the sound of 10, basically like a small group of men like marching away from the guild hall.
So
That seems awful formal.
there is a chance that we will eventually get fingered as the people that blew up their site.
We'll get what?
There's a chance.
Fingered.
There's always a
Marked
chance
for
that that'll
death.
happen.
You know,
Dolly's like, I want
pinpointed.
you. I don't know what the reference is here, but I need you to like re-say how you said that.
I don't know what that could possibly mean, but I don't like it.
I don't like how you said that, even though I do not understand the context.
Well, picture
Yeah, we could be
a
fingered at
page
any
full
moment.
of picture a page full of pictures of criminals, and when you point on one, you use your finger. So that's a good fingering.
Okay, some good context. Nope, don't say it that way. Like
A
I
good
get.
finger.
See,
Point
now
is
most
taken.
of the time when I see criminals, I get really angry and I ball up my fist. So if I slam my fist down on the table,
I
give him a good fisting.
That happens
sounds
sometimes
right.
too.
That sounds
God,
about
you
right.
never know when it'll happen.
I feel like this is a violation of conduct, but we don't have a conduct here at the WV, so
Yeah, you got HR here?
I don't think we got HR.
Okay, so just keep that in mind that as we infiltrate the church.
Real quick, you're coming in a little hot on your mic.
Just a skosh.
Yeah, just a skosh.
How about now?
A little better.
No, a little better, yeah.
Low, but also loud. Yeah, it's better.
You're growling.
All right.
How am I doing? Oh, that is loud. What the hell?
No, just a scooch there.
Have I been that loud this whole time? God damn it.
Not
I
the
got a
whole
new
time.
mixing board,
No, yeah.
so it's...
No, literally, it was just since the break. You're fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, Dolly's like, all right, well, I guess you all know the mission. I have a hard time trusting the church in general.
Oh, yeah, us too, as you could probably tell.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I found out some stuff about them being infiltrated and working with the cult from behind the scenes and being behind the operation that killed most of my clan. So I think it probably goes all the way to the top with this here Immortal Monarch.
Most likely.
So picking off minor functionaries like Father Mason probably isn't the most effective means of getting my revenge.
Yeah, you're just cutting off one of the heads and another one will pop up.
I
Like
was
a
gonna
But we're going to
say,
the
like,
Capitol.
right?
yeah.
It's a
Like
Hydra
the Hydra.
situation.
Yeah.
We've all had a Hydra situation in the past.
Oh, I love that play. They put it on in the town square last year, the Hydra situation.
Yeah, I'm surprised a small town like this has such a robust theater program, but I was happy when I found out.
Honestly, they did so good.
Well, we had a robust theater program.
Yeah, I don't know how that's.
Yeah,
Oh, don't tell
um,
me they burned Mrs.
They
Haversham.
Oh yeah, Miss Haverson, the lady who did Hairspray last year, she's on the pike.
they strung up the dance troupe
Yeah.
Oh no.
for witchcraft.
And the bassoon quartet.
Yeah,
No!
unfortunately.
They're all about defunding the arts. That's what magic is, the arts.
I was gonna say beheading, but it's not that. It's not a guillotine. It's a gallows.
I've got more worse news for you. They took out
Oh,
all the
no.
xylophone players in town. That's right.
That's
Xylophone
criminal.
The xylophone quintet is no more.
You mean
Including
we
the
should have taken him
xylophone
out.
kindergartners?
the
That's right.
world famous xylophone Yellowbird xylophone kindergarten quintet?
Susie, you were right. You should have killed that man. Sorry, if he's still there.
The arts
Uh,
will never be the
and,
same.
I had to back up no because I promised that children would not actually be harmed in this show. So
Oh, they're
no
not in
child.
peril. It's all off
It's
screen.
all bits. Strictly bits.
No, he killed the bassoon quartet. That's canon.
No, I'm just joshing. He did kill the bassoon quartet though.
Mhm.
That's
Dolly-
so upsetting.
Dolly, before we head out on this mission, would you like to have a drink?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Because I want to, for back end talk, I want to debrief Dolly on what we found under the ground, the spring, because I feel like it's important that. Oh well, that would implicate her.
Yeah, that could make
Yeah,
her.
the more you know and stuff.
I
Yeah,
will say, given the.
I'll be vague about it. So okay, I'll pour a glass of her favorite whiskey, and I'll sit her down and basically just. So Dolly, if I tell you enough information about this, you become a target. So I'm told. So I'm not going to mention anything specific, but we kind of went off on our own little mission for Susie Ann.
What?
Found out some things about the church. They're hiding some pretty big things from the public that are keeping them in charge.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. I should things go south for us on this next mission, I just wanted to let you know.
Well, here, I'm gonna offer you something just because it's gonna be a little safer. I got a place up in the capital. I don't like going into it, but I used to live there, and I just got kind of tired of the city living, so that's why I moved out here to Yellowbird. Right? I'm actually the one who started the chapter here of Wayward Vagabonds of the many different chapters.
Is there a chapter at the Capitol?
No, I mean yes, but no. They don't have a lot of power out there, because they have a strong guard force in the city.
Of course.
One might say
But we got
almost
potential
oppressive.
pals of the Vagabonds.
Yeah, you got some vagabonds there if you want to reach out. They're just going to be a lot more limited in power in comparison to here.
Yeah.
I
Alright.
I would like to see in the outer areas outside of the capital, we're kind of like a de facto, I wouldn't say police force, but like task force. But there, we're just kind of like general mercenaries.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Hired gun.
Hired gun, yeah.
Hired crossbow.
Right.
I was gonna say,
I don't
what's
know what a
gun?
gun is.
I
I think that's a fun word that I just made up. We should start calling like these mini crossbows. We should call them guns.
Guns, yeah.
Well, that's good because it's shorter than trying to say fancy crossbow that you just recently got.
That's right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
By the
Dolly,
way,
can you
check
continue?
this out, Dolly. You like it?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's got 6 chambers in it. How'd that work?
I know. Well, here's the thing, right? You shoot one, you spin it, and you got another one ready to go.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, also, I'll say at some point in the evening, we did get access to a certain substance that, if ingested by someone such as yourself, might enhance the recall of certain important memories, which is kind of how we came across our
Y'all can
current
just say you're taking
vendetta.
drug. Y'all can just say you're taking drugs. We don't have a standard for that kind of thing.
Well,
Dolly,
anyway,
we
it was
would
so
ne-
useful to all of us that I thought it was only fair for us to offer you a taste.
I was gonna offer you a drop if you so choose, but I didn't want to implicate you in anything.
Okay, so I thought y'all were mentioning drugs. This doesn't sound like drugs.
No,
No, it's not drugs.
So I'll tell you what. If you want to have a very vivid recollection of something from your past, I'll drop just a little teensy drop from my water skin into your drink.
Like bitters.
And
It
if you
does
don't
sound
want
like
it,
drugs when you say it like that.
if you don't want it right now, the offer's on the table.
She's gonna like scan all three of you, but stop very briefly. But how to put this? So between Ven and Gary, the time is about the same as she's scanning over you all three, but her
Mhm.
time on Susie Ann runs just a little bit longer in comparison. Not super long, but like, it might be like 2 seconds on YouTube, but it might be like 4 to 5 on Susie Ann.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all right. I'm willing to try.
Okay, so I open my water skin and I put a little drop in her whiskey.
To be clear, Dolly, you're going to want to think about what you want to think about before you
Yeah.
drink it. Or if you
Ooh.
have something that ties you to that moment, hold on to that. 'Cause
Important.
otherwise, it gets a little dicey.
Important. You need to focus.
Right, like you might have a receipt from the first time you hired me, and that might give you good feelings.
Your favorite memory.
Yeah, maybe that was that perfume I bought for you that one Christmas.
She's Lantern Nights.
Lantern Nights.
All right, yeah.
Other stuff that doesn't involve me, I guess.
She's gonna stare at you, Susie Ann, and then like shot it down basically.
Yeah.
Her eyes are gonna become unfocused for like maybe half a second, and then she's gonna come back and like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think the church should have that.
Right? That's
I
what
don't
we're
think
saying.
so either. Seemed like they were really going for it.
That's
They don't need
that's
that.
that's some dangerous stuff. In the wrong
Mhm.
hands, that's some
Yeah.
dangerous stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you all go to the Capitol, first off, don't tell anybody there because
Oh yeah, yeah.
pickings there are a lot harder for mercenaries. So some of the wayward vagabonds there are, say, less than reputable. Not reputable is not a word. Less than
Reputable.
Thank you. Less than reputable.
Reputable, yeah.
Why hire a vagabond when you can get a town guard? That makes things a little slimmer. So there are some of the people who are more willing to do some shadier things. But y'all can also stay at my house. I kept it after all this time. You have to do me one favor though if you're staying there.
Yeah.
Put the coasters on the table. I swear to God, if I see any stains on that table, I will be pissed.
Dolly?
Oh,
Absolutely.
of course.
Dolly.
Oh.
Now, do you ever take any gentleman callers there?
I mean,
now what on earth would you need to know this for?
Well, like, do the
How does that
neighbors
help
talk?
you?
Is it like we have to be
Are you
very
asking
proper?
how thick the walls are?
I feel like you're just asking so that you can bring a gentleman's collar, and you're asking for details of how feasible that is.
Right, I don't want to
Is it
scandalize your
feasible?
neighbors if you're in a very religious area, say.
Oh, the whole town's religious, unfortunately.
A religious area like the capital where the immortal
The
guy
religion
lives.
is.
I will say
All right, Gary, I'll behave discreetly. It's fine.
How anti-sex is this religion? As soon as we said it was a religion, I decided they were, but it's like
Yeah,
legally they
I
might
mean,
not be.
They're actually really lax about a lot of things.
They're
It's just
really
magic is
pro
a big
safe
no-no.
sex. It's just magic.
I am going to establish this now and probably forget about it later. But they are sex positive as long as you are not exhibitioning in front of other people. They're like, they don't care. Man to man, woman to woman, man on woman, some in between. They don't give a shit.
But
So
like
that-
the
so Susie's
cathedral's
question
not full of
stands.
the cathedral's not full of depictions of
Right. You're not gonna
Depictions
find
of
like,
naked babies on the ceiling? Because
You're
that
not
would be
gonna-
weird.
that would be weird. Having, small children naked in a
Cherubic
yeah,
little.
cherubim like creatures, if you will. That would be weird.
I'm glad we're not that kind of religion.
No, but they're like they're fairly sex positive. I wouldn't say sex positive. They're not like saying that they're down for it. They just don't care enough to tell people.
Sex
not to do it.
neutral?
They're
Yeah,
down to
sick.
clown.
That's part of the issue. They're not down to clown. They just don't care. Like officially,
They're fine with clowning.
yeah.
You know
they're
how
officially-
like Christianity has confession. Like they have booths set up where you can like go fuck a priest if you want.
Just on the street. The priest
called
has to be into
confuction.
it. Let's be clear.
Yeah, confuction.
There we
Confuction.
go. Yes.
but yeah, they're just sex neutral. They don't give a shit. Like officially, they don't give a shit. So,
Can we make a note to ask the immortal whatever the fuck if he's like down to clown?
Force him. Yeah.
Dear
I like yours
immortal
better.
monarch.
We hate you and we know you're evil.
but
You
But
down?
you're so
Are you down?
hot. You're so hot.
Wait.
though.
Dear
You up?
immortal monarch, I never thought this would happen to me, but
Hear me out, dear immortal monarch. I hate your guts, but you up?
You up? Yeah.
Dear immortal monarch. Hate fuck 4 question marks. End of message.
Dear immortal monarch, what are we even doing?
What are we?
I was drinking.
Do you want to like get out of here?
Like, what's the vibe?
What's the? I feel like we're connecting. Do you feel like we're connecting? Are we vibing?
Are we vibing in like a fight way or in like a sexy way?
Or is it
Or
like
a sexy fight? way?
kind of way?
Or sex and then fight.
As apparently like 3 of us as a joke make eyes at the camera.
As a I'm
I
gonna
think that
fuck
this-
this villain.
This campaign's about fucking the immortal monarch now. I'm sorry, Dean.
Oh no.
We're going on a whistle stop tour of the countryside, fucking every priest and minister that we come across.
We're gonna dismantle this religion that doesn't care about sex piece by fucking piece.
We're getting so fucking
Side piece by side piece.
Ew!
Oh, damn.
Bricked up by bricked up.
Oh, that's a good one.
Thank you.
We're gonna get so banned from YouTube for this. Oh well.
You're on
this-
YouTube.
just
Please don't
if-
ban us.
YouTube, if you just heard like a 3-minute long censor bleep, I should stop waving my knife around.
Oh
no.
I was cleaning my pocket knife off screen, which is why I've been like looking like here for like the last 2 minutes.
Ending the please don't ban us by waving an exacto is iconic.
oh boy.
I'm not.
Anyway, YouTube, if you just lost 3 minutes, you didn't miss anything. We're back.
Yeah, if the audio cut
Don't
out
worry
there,
about
don't
what we
worry about
said.
it.
Listen,
Yeah.
if everything cut out, all you missed is we talked about having very wholesome worship time with
Mhm.
religious leaders,
Mhm.
and I
Spending
waved
time in a confessional.
Right.
Mhm.
Uh,
and I waved a fun little piece of plastic around.
that's right.
An
That-
American flag.
That's all that was. I part of me wants to release both episodes of this subsequently, and it's just like the uncut version.
The uncensored version.
The uncensored version, yeah.
Triple X.
Triple X, yeah.
No, this is how we launch our Patreon. Is
Oh, yeah,
if you want the
Patreon.
full
The full-
uncensored.
the full uncensored.
If you want
version.
all the nasty shit we couldn't say on YouTube,
Too hot for Twitch.
it's just bad sex puns.
It really was, yeah.
Sorry, you
Uh,
guys were good. I'll only say mine were bad.
I mean, I just kind of like wrote off of what Az was saying. What they said was just kind of like I was just ending
But
what they said. So,
yeah, but Dolly says, Susie, why are you asking me this?
oh yeah. Susie, Dolly's gonna like the wall's a little extra thick. I suppose you could yell a little and it wouldn't be super noticed by neighbors.
Oh, that's good information to have.
I swear to God, though, if I find that there's any water rings on that coffee table, I will be burning down the play buildings.
Huh.
Dolly, we would never.
You got to take care of the wood.
I feel like that
Um,
would. Go ahead, Gary.
when Dolly says that the walls are a little thick, I just in my mind's eye, I just kind of saw Gary look at Ven like,
Thick.
Eye contact.
Don't worry about it. Don't, don't worry about it.
yeah.
All right. Well, obviously, there's not going to be any form of like business tonight. The vagabonds have not been chased out, but we are, it's people are unsettled by the church being here. So
The
Yeah,
numbers are
that's what it's looking
dwindling.
like.
yeah, they'll come back. It's just going to take a bit.
Oh, hey, speaking of vagabonds being here. Caw, caw, caw!
You're
it's
gonna scare him.
I'm trying to
It's-
summon him in.
are you just hear? Are you in danger? I was like, I'm really close to the mic so people can
Wait, shit. Caw! There, one more.
hear me.
That's he should bail.
Wait, what was... I don't remember how many was coming here.
I'll go out and
I
rescue
Jerry,
thought-
Jerry.
Come in. Just
I
start.
thought-
I'll start barking.
You just hear from the other side. I thought I was the one supposed to be crying.
We all just start making animal noises
Jerry,
until he
just-
comes inside.
Yeah, Jerry, just come in. Good
Zach.
petting zoo in here.
He's gonna come in. Caw.
Dolly,
Yeah.
Jerry,
Yeah.
Jerry, Dolly. We deputized him. Oops.
Now hold up. I don't remember you granting
Yeah,
you
he's
the
a good
power.
man, Dolly.
Hey, listen. If you want me to, I will. I am not afraid to tell him he's not in the club.
Yeah,
That's-
undeputizing
well,
is on the table. Sorry, Jerry.
Gary, I kind of trust you. So if you're the one who deputized him, I suppose it'd be perfectly fine. Just in the future, try not to try to consult me first. I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, we'll keep that in mind.
That silently
told him
saying
about the
fuck
rule
was
book.
in character, by the way.
Yeah.
That was
We
how
we showed him
viewable
the
was
rule
that, by the way?
book and told him about our philosophy and everything. So I think he's ready to go. But
Yeah.
you might want to walk him through contracts and all that stuff.
And Dolly, we may need another pin.
Another pin. Oh, yeah.
Gary gave Jerry his.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's just gonna reach in her pocket. I got like 3 of them right here. Here you go.
Cool.
Yeah, I
Thank
think it was temporary. So Jerry, you give yours back to Gary, and then Jerry, you
Yeah,
get
I
this
want the
fresh one.
cool
Okay.
weathered one.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
yeah.
from the last. It's from the last batch, so it's just a little bit different.
oh
yeah,
yeah.
you see here, that's where that one guy bid it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Here
and
you
a,
go.
And a
Yeah,
arrow
Gary.
pinged off it right there, if I remember.
Gary's gonna lean down and whisper into Dolly's ear. I deputized him to give him courage to run into danger and be live bait. Do
like
with
that
that
Dolly wrote
information
that
what
down.
you will.
He did a really good job.
I feel
He
like
did-
I
he did
have.
a-
I feel like morally, even if you had issues, I kind of have to let him in now because that's he risked his life for that kind of thing.
Yeah, he proved
Give it-
himself.
Give
yeah,
him
he's a good guy, and he loves
give
a
him
nickname.
some low ball missions. some real bottom of the barrel stuff.
He's great at taking
He's-
direction.
All right, I'm gonna.
He moves well.
I'm gonna
He's a
ask you
pleasure
for.
to have in class.
So we don't have like official sign up groups, but are you four working together? Is that what's going on?
Us 3 are.
Oh, yeah, no, I was hoping to
Damn.
cut loose Jerry here and leave him with you, and then maybe get an extra badge so we might be able to, like, I don't know, bring a woman in to the group or someone non-binary, mix it up a little bit.
That's fair. This is a very male heavy arena, Dolly, which Dolly
Not
is
that
no
I
fault
don't
of your own. It's just
Not that I don't love
No.
Jerry. Jerry's great, but I just feel
Jerry's
like
great.
It would have been a great moment if Jerry was just like, actually, I use they
I have
them.
something to tell you.
Oh, shit, Jerry, no way.
It was like, why didn't you say anything?
Jerry,
I
fuck
don't know. I
yeah.
didn't see pressing
never
at
asked.
the time. I didn't see pressing. We were in danger. I didn't feel like it. But no, it's like also Gary would be so bad. He was like, oh, actually, I used they that. Fuck.
Shit.
No, actually, because I personally am playing Gary, I would turn around and I would start loving Jerry. That would be my favorite character. I have a soft
Sure.
spot for non-binary characters.
Fair.
Fair.
That's fair.
That's fair.
It's like, all right, well, Jerry, I suppose I can assign you some missions. She's just gonna look around. Some openings have come up recently as far as missions go. So I got
Hey,
some
you
stuff.
should go like save a scepter from a train or something.
Is that a thing that happens
That's
often?
that's generally like the first thing that a lot of vagabonds do.
We were established vagabonds before this, but yeah.
It's gonna be like yeah, all right. Sure. I guess do you have a scepter getting mission? No, you idiot.
Okay,
That's not.
I love and respect you, but I mean, a little kindness up top, maybe.
I'm known for two things.
I just go, nice, Dolly.
I'm known for two things. First one is having a short temper for foolishness, and the other is my knitting. I am known for my knitting. I crochet. So I probably mix up two things at the same time. Those are probably not the same thing. Just go.
Oh, I
Maybe
love your
that's why we
crochet
were
work.
so. Maybe that's why we were so able to handle Susie's fuse so early on.
I
It would make sense.
I like to crochet. That's the other thing I'm known for.
Oh, it's
like
gorgeous, yeah.
Like that year I made those gloves for Susie Ann for lantern nights.
Oh yeah, so good.
It's
But-
so good for your mind and for your body. It keeps you active. It's
And
nice.
for your
Exactly.
soul.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jerry, you might want to
Frickin'
pick that
chicken
up.
soup.
I mean, it's good for vagabonds to have like a hobby or something they can do when they're quietly alone.
You
Oh,
could-
okay, cool.
You know what you should do? There's a fun little hobby store down the road. You should start
You
collecting
pick up embroidery.
Pokemon cards.
I
Ooh,
honestly-
Pokemon cards.
I
Yeah.
I believe
Yeah.
you mean Digimon cards.
I do mean Digimon
Yeah.
cards. That's
Look,
right.
That's the first time in this
Those-
series we can use the second most popular thing. So I was gonna look at I wouldn't know where to start with hobbies. Susie Ann, what's your hobby?
Oh gosh. Well, I carve
Revenge.
wooden horses, obviously,
Just horses?
and
Just horses.
that's my speciality.
She's very good at it, though.
Okay.
And I like watching trains. I like marking down what kind of trains they are.
Okay.
And I'm really into rocks, like
Mhm.
like the ones that are like you find them out on the range,
Mhm.
different pretty colors and stuff. I like
Okay.
those. I do like a good bear fight, but they're not as common around here.
Yeah.
This is a really
Yeah,
good
the region.
exposition dump about Susie.
Yeah, really.
I'm a pretty good swimmer. You'll often find me down at the pond.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate some launching points there.
Oh, and I love romance novels.
That we did know. That was already established.
Yeah.
So should I not mention that I'm also a novelist? That's not a hobby. That's just like a side gig, basically.
Don't sell yourself short. Yeah, hell yeah.
Jerry, don't make me like you. Right as we're leaving you, you can't do this to me.
That's heartbreaking.
Look, I doubt you've read my work. I don't really get out much. I've done 2 adventure novels and 1 romance. It's like Cuddles in the High Castle is the name of the book. I haven't checked my residuals on that one in a while, so I don't know how it's doing. But
This is so funny because we actively didn't listen to this man the entire adventure.
Yeah.
We did not want to know any of this
So
stuff.
it does make sense that this would come down. We're like, fuck, you're a cool dude.
Way too interesting, Jerry. Put a lid on it.
Yeah,
Well, now we know where to find him.
I know.
Yeah,
I got.
Maybe we will take him with us.
I got a couple of romance novels that I wrote. So that's not really a hobby. It's more of a passion.
You can send us some arcs of those. When you finish them, you can send us some arcs. That's nice.
Oh yeah, here I got. It's a copy of my original manuscript. Y'all can read it if you want.
Thank
Okay, I'm gonna add that to my inventory real quick.
Yeah,
Puddles
and then just let me know when you're done with it. You can pass it over to me.
Yeah. Let's see here. Add custom item.
Jerry's manuscript. What's the novel?
Cuddles in the High Castle.
Or should we? Oh yeah, fair.
Cuddles in the High Castle.
I've actually read that one.
I'm
read it
gonna
again,
write.
though.
I'm gonna in the description. I'm gonna write steamy romance novel.
Oh,
Right.
it's steamy, all right.
Like I just established that out of nowhere that Jerry is just like, oh yeah, I'm also a writer.
Yeah,
That's how these
There we
things
go.
happen.
Jerry's
Ugh.
manuscript is now in my inventory.
I'm actually about to send out another one. It's a sequel to that. It's
Oh.
Secrets in the Steam Lodge. I like to do alliterations for
Oh.
titles.
Oh,
All right, yeah, it's alliteration sell. People
Al-
remember him easier.
Yeah.
you know, I once had an idea for a novel that I was gonna write. It's a kind of a high fantasy thing. It was
yeah.
gonna be about this guy named Hal who he moves to this small town in like this weird like foreign land called Washington State. He was going to investigate some mysteries and things like that. I don't know. It seems like it didn't have legs. I had trouble getting it off the ground.
Gary, we could workshop this. If you ever want to like sit down and get to write, I can help you with that.
The one solid
Beautiful.
thing that I had was that there was this guy named Pete and he was stinky.
Oh, I'm sure we could find a use for that one there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a good stink or bad stink?
Up to you.
Oh, left to the reader's imagination.
Absolutely.
We can go over that. Maybe maybe a series of novels can like 10 pieces or something. We'll see.
We really need to cut to our travel to the capital, I think.
I think so. Yeah, we're spending a lot of time
Welcome back
on
talking
to
this,
about
on this
Jerry.
romance.
joke. Yeah.
Honestly, Jerry is owed this attention, but now is not the time.
We're gonna actually leave off with you and going on to the train heading for the capital, and then we'll go ahead and end it for there because I also had to be I had to be at work at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
It's 11 my time. So
I'm in a
Sleepy
nice
time,
floral
yeah.
dress, and I've got one of those straw hats with flowers on the side, and I'm waving off the edge of the train to Jerry. Bye, Jerry. Don't forget about me.
Sure.
And then
I love you, Jerry.
And then like one train car up, I'm just like,
She's just gonna wave confused as you're going down the track. She's like,
You guys are Digimon, Jerry.
He's generally you could tell he's like, I don't know if they hate me or like me. It's really
we
hard
don't know
to tell.
either, I think.
it's easy to tell for one of us, I think.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It's
But
the
Ben-
most complex NPC relationship we've had to date.
Yeah. Nobody makes him like Dean, I tell you.
There's like a fucking onion on this guy, Jerry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's like an ogre.
Or a parfait.
Or parfait, yeah.
I just pointed with my knife again. I gotta put
Can't
this
be
thing
doing that.
down.
It's okay. It was literally not on camera. We're all good.
I put it back in my work pants pocket, so I have no knife now.
We're all
Here's mine.
good.
That's
All right. Let's go ahead and wrap it up here. We'll go ahead and continue next time. Presuming life doesn't happen, We will be streaming next time on the 9th of March.
I held up 2 because it's 2 weeks from now.
Right.
And not because it's on the 2nd.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And
the
not
9th.
because I like peace. Sorry, continue.
No, you're good. March the 9th is the next time we'll be streaming. Unless life happens. I've been better about updating on social media. So if you want, I'm just gonna do the plug here now. If you want to stay up to date, follow us at Omniversal ESC on Blue Sky and Twitter. That's our main our main way of informing people out there. As far as updates, you can also follow our Twitter at Omniversal Escapades. If you're watching this there later, please follow, like, subscribe, all of that cliche. You know it. I don't have to say it, but we appreciate if you do. I'm gonna go ahead and throw it to our host here to pitch anything that they're working on or and what's going on. I'm going to choose as because you brought out something recently.
Yeah. I put something out recently, folks. Year 4 of my yearly Space Jam review and appreciation podcast, It Jams for Thee, is now live in your podcatcher of choice. It's a real easy listen because there's only 4 episodes, real easy to catch up on. We did something special this year. I won't spoil it for you. We spoil it pretty early in the not spoil it, I mean reveal it pretty early in the episode what we did this time around. So it's a really fun episode. It's got a new energy. Other than that, you can find me Cal's Calzones pretty much everywhere. I'm trying not to be on Twitter anymore, so check me out on Blue Sky. And check out the Biodex cast. It's my Pokemon podcast, which still hasn't updated, but I'm saying it until I update it. So, and then I'll keep saying, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
That's me.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and throw it over to Jeff.
Yes, Shattered Worlds RPG. We are still kicking. We're doing. They're gonna do a prison break. Well, I guess they're in the middle of a prison break, trying to rescue a corrupt politician from some evil people that are using him as bait. It's really fun. And the Great and Secret Knowledge, we had just put out In the Mouth of Madness. We're still doing the Vor game, the Bartimaeus trilogy. And I just put up a episode about my trip to the Gallifrey 1 Doctor Who convention. So if you've never been to a convention, you might enjoy hearing a bit about my experience. Or if you have, maybe compare, contrast. I don't know. Any chance I get to talk about Doctor Who, I'm excited to do so. So hit me up. I'm at El Jefe I am at El Jefe Tacoma on all your socials. So check me out. Let's hang out. That's it.
All right. I'm going to throw it over to Tess.
You can find me at Tess is Super Cool on Twitter or Blue Sky. Tess is on Insta. Tess is watching Twitch. Basically, go to a website, type in my name and what you're doing there, and I might be there. I was very excited. I spent last weekend cooking 7 meals in a picturesque location, but I forgot to take photos, so you won't find those on my Foodstagram, Meals from the Basement. But I did make the prettiest apple pie you've ever seen in your life, and that is recently posted.
It was pretty good.
It looked really good.
And, if you're lucky, I might post a picture of my breakfast burrito later. Anyway, Meals from the Basement. Check it out. There's food there.
Awesome. If you want to follow me on social medias, you can follow me at Geekestein under most platforms except for TikTok. It's at Internet Putz. I need to change it because the joke no longer works for me. I don't really post much. I've not been doing much on social media proper, so don't expect a lot of posts, to be honest. I have almost completely moved away from Twitter with the exception of advertising the stuff that I'm working on like this. So if you're going to go to my Twitter, understand I probably won't be posting because Elon Musk sucks. But I've been a little bit more active on Blue Sky lately, so check me out on Blue Sky at Geekestein. I don't have any projects I'm working on at the moment, but if you want to hear me and Jeff talk about TV movies, back in December we talked about the Color of Magic TV series made by the BBC on the Great and Sacred Knowledge podcast. Please correct me if I said the name wrong. There's a lot of words for me to remember sometimes.
Yeah, the great and secret knowledge.
There we go. So that we talked about the Color of Magic, the BBC series. Starts off strong, ends with a whimper, unfortunately. But yeah, it's my only project right now. I'm not doing anything else. I'm open to invites if I don't have to do a lot of research though, because I have a lot of things going on right now. So if I could just be me in a scenario, then I'm good. Anyway, once again, if you want to follow us, please do so at Omniversal ESC on Twitter and Blue Sky. And I think for this week we're good. We'll see you all next time. Bye.
Thanks,
All
gang.
right.
Bye.
Keep jamming.
Keep on jamming.
Keep on keeping on. Live, laugh, love.
Keep on trucking.
That too.
But I still don't know what that
Recording
means.
stopped.
Thanks, Claire.
Thanks, Claire.